Dun dun. Oh wait, this is not the right show. All right, so we're starting to stream a little bit early. For everybody out there, watching us after the fact, the previews will probably start in about 5 minutes, so you can skip ahead 5 minutes as I'm just sitting here starting to stream and basically making this stuff happen. Of course, the reveals have not quite started yet, and yeah, I'm also joined by Cosmic. What is your other handle name? It is. What is your usual handle? Usually go. Oh, you're muted right now. Okay, never mind. We're not talking to him right now. But anyway, I'm joined.
I was muted.
Oh, what's your usual handle you go by?
So it's either Jared Cosmic or Cosmic Cubicle.
Cosmic Cubicle. Okay. Cool.
I changed it a while back.
I got you. I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. Anybody who's watching this on the YouTubes or the Twitch, I have the alerts turned off just because it can get really noisy, especially for anybody after the fact. Not that I'm really concerned about being a very, clear, comprehensive video for, everybody out there, but, why not, right? So anyway, yeah. So what have you been up to?
A lot of painting.
A lot of painting? Yeah, that's cool.
I finished up my custodes that I'm taking to Motor City, and then I've got about 5 models for my Black Legion for this weekend for our local RTT. I've got 4 events this month I got to prep for.
Wow, busy man.
Not my brightest idea.
Because all the projects have to get done, or what?
Yeah, because I can't stand taking the same army 4 weeks in a row.
Well, I mean, taking it multiple times because, obviously, you're mastering the army, right? So if this is an army that you were going to play more competitively, if you're going to, take it serious like that, right? Obviously, more iterations of games against various opponents allows you to refine and, streamline your army to the point where it's a razor instead of just a big broadsword, right?
Yeah, that's why I've got 2 different armies I'm working with. The one this weekend we've got, it's our local RTT, and I would say out of 16 people, there's maybe 3 people, including myself, who I would consider as, highly competitive people who are really trying to win stuff usually. So I'm bringing the Black Legion to be a bit more relaxed in that event.
Gotcha.
Although Abaddon and 3 Decimators is not exactly relaxed. It's still more relaxed than bringing Custodes to the local.
All right, I can see Alex Legou over on YouTube. And the B-Man, g'day, first? Yeah, you're first. I do not have the... Well, I forgot to turn my app on for the Twitch. Oh, there we go. Thermicus. Howdy, everyone. Howdy, Thermicus. If you were commenting before Thermicus on the Twitch side of things, unfortunately, I did not have my little window up to view that, so I may have missed your comments if you were trying to shout at me. But yeah, and I can see Grim. Howdy, Grim. Joining us today, I can see. Let me make sure that this is all set up properly. Yeah, we're good. This stream should be starting shortly. And yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Stream started.
2022. My name is Adam Troke. I'm joined by my friend and colleague Eddie Eccles, and we're coming to you live from the Rock.
It is an absolute pleasure to be here, as always. We're just super excited to talk to you about Warhammer. We've got loads of cool stuff to show you.
Yeah.
We've got some cool models. We've got some cool expansions. Just a little bit of rules. A little bit of everything. It's going to be cool.
Absolutely. Over the next 4 days, today being day 1 of 4, we are going to delve deep into Warhammer. Today is Warhammer 40,000 theme. Tomorrow, Warhammer Age of Sigmar.
Check.
Friday, I feel so far in the future, is all of our boxed games and extra things. So
skirmishy things. Yeah.
From Kill Team to Underworlds and everything in between.
Kill Team, Warcry, Necromunda in there as well.
Wonderful. And then on Saturday is a very special day. We are going to be talking all about the Horus Heresy.
There's some big heresy stuff coming. I think we know some of it, but we'll find out even more about it.
Absolutely so. And of course,
Warhammer
these things would not be the same without all of you joining us. As I look on my screen next to me, there are already more than 20,000 people in the chat from all around the world joining in this very special Warhammer Fest 4 days. You could almost call it a week. So thank you so much for turning up and being part of this. My favourite thing at this time of any given live online broadcast is to ask where you're tuning in from. So if you are able to bash in your coordinates, loose coordinates, let's not get too specific, let me know what part of this wonderful world you are joining us from. And already the chat has gone mad. Sweden, the USA, Plymouth, but there's 2 Plymouths, one in America and one in the US, and it's gone by so fast I lost it. Tokyo, Japan, that's amazing.
Goes to start, man. Hey, Kris,
France, Austria, New Hampshire, USA, Wisconsin, people saying hello, people shouting their famous favourite war bands. Somebody shouted Mars, which is clearly not true.
There's nothing quite as satisfying as typing in the place you are in all caps.
Just YouTube's being
pressing send.
You've got to love it. Look, it is amazing. It always delights me throughout my time in the Warhammer hobby to travel the world and meet people who love the same stuff I do. And right now, there's loads of us all in the same digital space. So thank you so much for joining us. Right. So how is today going to work? Do you want it?
Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, so we've got a bunch of stuff to show you. So we've got some videos, we've got some pictures, we've got some images of some cool new models. We've got some stuff that's maybe we're going to tell you about rather than show you some stuff, but there's plenty of good stuff to sink your teeth into. So we'll show you some stuff. Me and Adam will get excited about it. You can get excited about it too if you're joining us in the chat. And then we'll look at something else. You can follow all the action.
It's usually something I usually end up messing during
or if you
impromptu
you
kind
can
of
follow along on the
streams.
Warhammer community website as well, which is going to have high quality pictures of all the stuff we're showing today as well.
Yes, so don't feel the particular need to, unless you especially like the sort of thing, screen grab something as the video is playing.
I'm sure it's
lovely
very
pictures
deliberate.
will be available on warhammercommunity.com, and you can follow along there as well. Right, so we've got a few minutes before we're going to get into the main thing.
Boys,
people are still letting us know where they're from, which is extremely delightful. Daka Flacker Flame is from their living room, an extremely nice place to join us from. I have no doubt.
Kris, can you mute the stream when you're talking? It's a bit chaotic.
What hobby have you done?
That's half the fun, man.
Hobby have I done? Oh, okay, cool.
The
So
fun
I think
is the chaos.
Pretty much
I
finished
can mute
my
the stream.
army. I'm pretty happy with them. I've got one of everything.
We'll turn the boys down.
As finished as an army can be.
As finished as an army can be.
I just want to kind of hear what they're talking about, so that
if
basically I can make a impromptu kind of joke or whatever. That's usually why I leave
Eldari
it up. But usually, I usually whenever we do these kind of live streams and what have you,
quite fun. And then I've got about 5 ages more armies.
It's annoying.
I
like being annoying.
And I'm also eyeing up that new Underworld.
And this is why I love you.
Right up my alley.
Everybody
being a jerk.
I'm involved with in the Warhammer sphere was proudly proclaiming.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like having fun, and this is a hobby of gaming. So, like,
I feel like I was left out.
How are we supposed to take any of this seriously? Like, if we're taking this kind of crap seriously, I think we've all probably lost the plot.
Well,
right?
so in March,
it is chaotic because this is a stream.
I
don't know if you tune in very often, but
heavy intercessors.
Kris
colours, and really enjoyed that. Actually,
a goof.
I've got them all the way up to there. The transfers are on. They
I don't
lovely,
take this stuff
too
seriously. I take it seriously. Don't get me wrong. I take it seriously.
In time, and then just last weekend.
But I like having a good time.
My goblin son.
I like a good mix of good time and serious.
In London,
right? There's a time for seriousness, a time for jokes. We're having fun. We're talking miniatures. We're talking previews. We're all excited.
Or finished any exciting projects, or you just want to, type in all caps.
Okay, so guys, place your bets. What are we talking about today? We're talking about chaos. We're talking about leagues of Votann, or like what are we talking about
today? I reckon you will, frankly.
Alex, chaos it is.
Oh my goodness, it's all started. Somebody said they're working on wolf spears. Somebody else says salamanders, harlequins. Somebody Mrs. Rattlings.
The next codex and nothing. Yeah, you think they're going to show us
Dark Angels?
Votann?
That's mega. You got Black Templars. Just so many people are getting involved. I'm going to ask. The third member of our broadcast team, he's off to the side and he never gets in on the action. Raph, have you done any hobby lately?
Yeah, I've painted a bunch of Necrons.
Raph has been painting at Necrons. Of course, we should give a little shout out
Adam,
to the moderating
Eddie, let's
team.
go.
We have Notley and the moderating.
You've got like 50,000 people tuned in. Let's get the show on the road here, boys.
A couple of bits of bookkeeping, then we should look to maybe kick this thing off for real. First of all, if you want to chat in the chat, you can do. You just need to be a subscriber. You can either subscribe using an Amazon Prime subscription or click the buttons and use the other thing, or you can just join in for the ride. It's entirely up to you. We will try.
It wasn't a
and
series
answer
of dick
questions as we
pics.
go along, so I keep an eye out to my
No,
right
I'm
as
pretty
we go.
sure it was
But
the
there is
assistants
26,000
that
of you, and the questions do go pretty
wanted to
fast.
play
So
against
Eddie and I have
painted
looked at the stuff.
Oh,
I've got some
okay.
Questions
Yeah.
primed and ready to ask.
Some
Eddie
people take offense to that
already.
kind of stuff, you know.
Please do your best.
It's usually the
As
people
we go
who
along, I'll
don't
see what I can
paint.
do.
Sorry, guys,
Oh,
you've
someone
had
says you
your
don't need a
army for a
sub
year
to
and it
chat.
hasn't
Good
had
gracious. Well, behave yourselves, please.
Yeah.
Right.
All in.
That's
Quite
okay.
so.
I'll make it
Let
better
me just check the show notes, and then we
Fire
are
engines and
ready for
cocaine.
action. So at 5 past, which has just gone,
Roll
we're going to
says-
show
Back
our
into
first
cocaine.
video. With no further ado,
Chaos probably,
we'll see you
they will
after
want to
this.
milk the squats until the big weekend reveal. Oh, here we go. Oh! Oh, look at that.
It's a box.
Look at this stuff.
That's disjointed woman. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh, these are possessed. Look how big they are. And the warp shall set us free.
Look at that thing.
Look at that. Oh, those are cool. Yeah, Games Workshop, they're just changing their motto to all your money belongs to us. The Dark Gods call, and we will answer.
The Chaos Space Marines have a very catchy motto, don't they? We
They've
let
got,
the
they've
galaxy
got
burn.
all the
That.
best mottos. Kill, maim, burn, let the galaxy burn, death to the false emperor. They get all the best lines.
And
Man.
what a video
Yeah,
already
B-Man
I can
cultists
see
look
behind
wild.
us.
Yes, they do.
Is some
Can't
of
carry it,
what
makes
was
my
in there.
pants
The
tight.
chat went
Yeah,
pretty
I
wild. There
agree.
was a lot of what is that in block
Ghost of
caps.
Starman. Yo, those are some freaky
Where do we begin?
Sisters
Yeah,
of
so this is
Battle.
a pretty
Yeah.
substantial range update.
Yeah, Hobby here, all your
edition
money
for
belong
Chaos
to
Space
us.
Marines.
Yeah,
They've been waiting very patiently for a very long time, almost 10,000 years, for some new
man, look at
kits
these
to drop,
guys.
and we've got absolute smorgasbord of stuff on
I'm
the way.
gonna turn these boys down
I
just a
think
little bit here for
there's
everybody.
loads of really cool stuff coming. In addition to some of the exciting kits, we've already seen
Yeah,
this year.
look at
They've
this.
had a few kits already.
Look at the guy on the far left.
Warpsmith
Stepping
and
on a
Chosen and
Marine.
things like that. But the range really
Marines.
explodes in the next.
Death to
I'm
the
looking at the
coming months,
lower
basically.
right
So
guy with the big,
one of the
like,
stars of the show is the
choppy
new Chaos Space
sword
Marine
thing?
Possessed.
Yeah.
So Possessed have been part of the
It
lore
has a
and
very
IP of
similar
Chaos
design
Space
to
Marines
the,
for absolutely
to the
ages.
Knights,
These are
the big sword
basically
thing from the
Space
Knights.
Marines, traitor Space Marines have given themselves over to the dark powers of chaos
Reminds
and
me
have let
of
a
a
demon
Tyranid
inhabit their
Bone Sword
form,
Yeah.
which gives
Oh, yeah,
all
that
sorts
too,
of
yeah.
benefits of like talons
Wait.
and
Alex, well, it's time to
powers
adjust the
and
budget.
bodily
Yeah.
strength and things like that. But also kind of
I
downs their
think this
soul.
means
But you know,
we
what's
can
the
combine
what's the price
Tyranid
to pay
kits
for
with this kit
a nice
for
high strength
even
thing?
more awesome
You
stuff.
do get
Yeah,
some
why not,
mega
right?
enough
They're
fight.
possessed.
You do get
So
some
like
super
there's all
mega
sorts
in a
of
fight.
opportunity there
So
for
one of the,
making all sorts of
the
crazy
nice
crap
things
out of
about
these
these
guys.
new nice, probably the wrong word.
I think
one
my
of the cool
least
things about
favorite
these
is
new
Buddy on the
possessed
far right.
Is they are
The head,
huge, right? So,
I'm not behind that
Chaos
head.
Space Marines are
The arms are cool.
slightly shorter
crab claw's
in height
cool.
than their Primaris
The tentacle-
That other arm though is weird.
foes.
Yeah,
but
I'm
you
not
can
crazy
see
with
these
the
guys
head,
are
though.
considerably bigger than the Chaos Space Marines. So those are on Terminator-sized
But-
bases.
Yep, 40 mil
Um,
bases for
they're
those who
they're
want.
chaos
Yeah,
leaders, right? So
there is always someone. So
you
you
know.
got 40 mil bases,
The
but they are
exposed
they
demon
stand
head
kind
on
of
the lower
shoulder
left
to
is
shoulder
really
with something
nice.
like
Mm-hmm.
a Gravis Space Marine.
Although-
These
I
are
concur.
Big,
I wanted
big
more
Space Marines.
action comes out of
You can
it.
see one of them there is standing
Well, I
on
mean,
the fallen body of a Primaris.
yeah, I
Ultramarine,
suppose.
So you get a
The
sense
lower
of like
left has
how big
more
these guys are, but
movement.
they are
Yeah.
hefty kits.
I want
They've
these
also got
kits
like
to
absolutely
really
loads of
feel,
options, so
especially
you
with
can see that
melee
you can
kits,
make them kind
that
of
they have a lot
gribbly
of
in a tentacly way.
movement in
They've
the
got some
kit,
gribbly in a kind of
and
weird
I think he's
crab
the only one
demony
that
sort
really
of way.
conveys
There's some
that
chaos
movement.
flames. There's plenty
Yeah.
of spikes.
So-
There's all sorts of like weird possessy
Yeah.
There's
demon faces.
definitely
And
some
these are
things that are
usable
not
by any
me.
of the traitor legions as well. So you can kind of lean them into a Cornate or a Slashy or a
look at the
Iron
guy in the
Warrior
far
or a
left.
Empress Children-y sort of angle.
Do you see how he has
you can
kind
use
of
them
like
in
a
all sorts of different ways.
like
So
a
there's
satyr
just a really
leg?
Yeah.
With
high
how
time
it's
for a
got
really great
double
multi-part
joints?
plastic
Yeah.
kit,
That's
and
neat.
this is
Yeah.
I just noticed that.
Got to love it. But of course, they were not. by
I like
any
Buddy in the
means
middle and I
only
like Buddy on the
things
far
in that
left.
Epic video.
Oh, look at these
There are
guys.
These fellows. Who are these?
Oh, no, these are
So
ones
these are
that from
Chaos
the
cultists. They'll be very familiar to anyone who has had a Chaos army
This
at any
is
point over the
from,
last
Blackstone.
Decade or so. So these
Yeah,
are
this
the
is the
chaff
Blackstone kit.
of the Chaos
Ah,
Force.
okay. Yeah.
And
So we're finally
this is
getting these
basically
released,
troops
it looks
that the
like.
Chaos Space Marines send in when they
Are these
take the
identical?
bullets
Anybody
themselves.
know if these are
in
identical?
game terms, they are
Yeah.
sort of on a par with something like a guard.
These are identical. That's cool that we're finally getting
they're
these
not
things
exceptional
released
warriors,
as a
they do
separate
attack
box
kind
because
of
I don't
en
think
masse.
these
You
are
get
available yet
plenty of,
for
hordes of the
everybody,
lost and
right?
damned, basically. But the new kit's really nice. You got loads of options in there. You can see there's
Disco
all sorts
Woo
of
Chaos.
different
Yeah.
helmets.
Ghost of Starman. Time to forfeit all mortal possessions to the dark gods. Again.
Look
Yeah.
to them, so they're definitely not.
Hobby Hero.
Organized
Far left
fighting
one is gross,
forces
but that's the
that
point.
use
Yeah.
Fallen civilians and soldiers of a world that's turned to
These
chaos,
look
and they've
like-
kind of brought with them whatever weapons they can. So you can see a mix of
They look like
auto
there's some
guns
of
and
them. It
bolt
looks like they've
pistols
expanded the range.
Yeah?
chains and
Oh, somebody in
sickles
the
and hammers
Jamie
and one guy's
Whiteside
got,
says
like,
different
covered in
sculpts
nails.
than the
I mean,
Blackstone
stick coming in
Fortress.
now,
Oh,
looks
really?
like it'll get
Okay.
it done. These match really nicely with the
Yeah, the
Cultists of
Blackstone had
Abyss
all
we
the
saw
guns.
Yes.
in Blackstone Fortress,
Right.
which is a really nice
These
thing.
guys have melee
And there's
weapons.
quite an eclectic mix here. All
Or at least
praise
the
to the
version that
cultist
we're
rocking the dad bod.
Yeah,
As a person
bottom
who
right there
rocks
is-
one in the real
yeah,
world.
absolutely.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's a-
definitely
you don't need to be
fit in
ripped with a six-pack
exactly
to
with-
to
Absolutely,
throw
chaos
a
will
lot
take
into
you.
the
You know,
dark gods.
you don't need to have hit the gym recently.
Oh yeah, yeah.
as
Ghost of
long
Starman
as
says
you've
the
got faith in
cultists are
Chaos
definitely
gods,
styled
you'll
after the
have it.
Blackstone ones, but these are new
Absolutely.
sculpts. He says, "Trust me, I got the current ones on his
But
desk."
of course, there are more cultists, and these might be
Oh,
the most disturbed
mutants.
models so far.
Look at the big
So
nurgly
far, but,
dude on
you
the
know,
left,
we haven't
lower
seen the
left.
slide yet, so who knows? So Accursed
these are
Cultists. So
that-
this is a new thing
like
for
the-
Chaos Space
that
Marines.
new troop unit,
These
I
guys
think,
have
right?
sort of been a part
Accursed
of
Cultist
the IP
mutants?
for
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I
Chaos
think
Space
they're.
Marines for
I think
absolutely
they're a
ages. The
new
idea
troop
that you've
type.
got
mean-
warriors
Yeah,
within the
Texas.
cult.
I'm
which
sure if
have,
we were listening to him, they'd
kind
tell
of
us. But
succumb even more to
We're not paying
the,
attention in class right
power
now,
and
kids.
the temptations of the dark gods, and
I've
they've
got the
basically
online
started
thing
to be
pulled up. Let
overcome
me
with
refresh
mutations.
it,
So
see if it-
unlike something like the Chaos
Oh, look at
Space
Buddy on the
Marines,
far
who
left,
have
too. His
strong
skin is
will,
all
strong
peeling
body,
off.
Kind of control the rampaging
that's cool.
demonic energies inside them. These guys definitely can't, right? So they've got like
These
all
are
sorts
really
of
cool. I
weird
really dig that
mutations
guy who
and
looks
tentacles and things, and you
like
can see
a
the power of
Nurgle
chaos is
duder.
starting to kind of
His
overtake
leg is
the-
kind of like turning into
the kind of
mush,
sentience
and
almost of
he's got the
the,
big tentacles coming out of him.
of the cultists themselves.
Far right
But
is
these
my favorite.
guys,
The far
attack
right one? Yeah,
en
that's pretty
masse
cool, too, with
again.
the octopus
they're tougher,
tentacle
they're
things.
stronger, they're fairly
And the
resilient.
tentacle
They
coming
are a
out of his
horde of
mouth.
troops. that
Oh,
you can
yeah,
push
yeah,
across the
yeah.
battlefield into the guns of the enemy. And they hit much harder.
Well, and Buddy on the
than a
far
regular
left,
cultist
his
unit.
chest mouth
So you can
thing,
imagine
it
your
looks like
cultist
right
unit,
out of the
their job
thing.
is to kind of grab the objectives and things like that. This unit's job is to push forward into the heart of the enemy.
His
and do some
chest
serious damage.
reminds me of that scene
There's so
from
many
Blade
weird
2 when they
sort of
get the
mutations
Superman
going
fire
on.
with
I feel like
the chin
it's the
opening.
one with his
Right.
sad-looking eyes and his tentacle arm sort of
Yeah,
drooping
Alex,
down.
this is
bottom
why you use
left there,
protection,
he's looking
folks?
a bit
Yeah,
sorry for
definitely.
himself, isn't he? The demon
It's
inside
like
him.
him
And in terms of body
Kathy,
horror,
his
top
chaos
right,
spawn
as
had
we
a
look at
baby.
it, is more than I can.
B-Man, the mutants look
Somebody
fun
in
to
the chat
paint.
said
Yeah, I'll
absolutely
bet they're.
disgusting.
I'll bet. Like
Somebody else
I'm
said
looking at that
exactly
that
as they
nurgly
should be,
looking
and I
fat dude,
completely agree.
and he
Yeah,
looks
stuff like that
awesome.
Primordial
like him.
Destroyer, chaos, and all of its sort of warping.
Buddy with
corrupting
the red
power is just
spiky
horrible
arms,
and awesome.
He's
to
cool,
behold.
but
Yeah,
he
and they're
feels
not
like
leaning
we've
too
already seen
strongly
him
into any
before.
one particular
He feels
Chaos God
familiar.
either. So these are going to be accessible
Whereas
to
the other
all
ones all
various,
feel like something different.
Traitor legions of chaos.
Yeah,
so you can imagine these guys
he
painted up
feels
quite nicely in a
very
nerdy sort of
classic
color scheme or
chaos.
a very
Yeah,
bloody
yeah.
ornate color
Just
scheme.
you know,
or something
spiky
like that.
bits,
And I
horns.
think there's a nice
know.
little
Middle
nod with
one
some of these kits as
definitely
well
feels
too.
like the
If you
leader
cast your
of the
mind back
bunch.
to the
Yeah, the
Blossom
one in the middle.
Down,
Yeah, that feels like
if you
leader.
remember that
Yeah,
army list
absolutely.
from the old.
But I mean,
Days.
who knows if
Yeah,
these even
that's
have
the one,
leaders,
I
right?
think.
I mean,
You're always
Yeah.
encouraged to kind of create
Are they
kits
going-
yourself
they
using lots
have
of
to be,
different bits, but these guys
like,
actually give
full
you
on.
that unit straight out of the box already with all the kind of
These are
horrible chaos
not
mutations you
interchangeable
could hope
kits.
for.
This is
Absolutely.
I have
This is-
no
Yeah,
idea.
somebody
They
in the chat,
look
Eddie, paints
pretty
on a
much
4-up,
like one
says, Eddie, I've got
like
one in the
mono
dark
build,
model
right?
left in
Monos,
Warhammer
yeah.
Glasgow.
I mean,
Want it back,
you
get in
couldn't
touch.
do these.
There you go.
Next time I'm up, I'll pick it up.
There you go.
Thank you. No,
maybe
because,
leave
like,
it behind the counter and
you
Eddie
don't
will
The
use it at
heads you
some point.
might be able to swap around, and that's
Oh,
it.
there is more, even more disturbed. What are accursed cultist?
Look at the
formats?
far right one.
Right,
Look at
so
that.
alongside the accursed
No,
cultists,
okay.
as if they weren't horrific enough,
That middle one,
you've got these
I
things
kinda
called
wish was a
torment,
Demon
which are
Prince,
basically
not
where the
gonna lie.
demonic power
Yeah.
inside the cultist has just completely overrode
Oh, man,
the
I want
cultist, and you
Alex.
can see there's like shreds of the
Heretic's got- good
the
God.
original cultist that
Nope,
the demon had kind of
there-
taken possession
there's no
of,
God here. It's
in
gods.
Wrexham, but the demon is very much in control.
Excuse me.
So you can see the
Oh, look at
glowing
Buddy on the far
lines
left. He's got a demon head coming out of like
that's kind of
his groin.
ripped forth out of the host body almost.
Is that a demon
And
head
they
coming
are
out of his
just,
groin?
Like the absolutely weirdest looking thing. So these guys
Yeah, the far left
go
one.
around with the accursed cultist unit. They're all one big.
It's
happy family.
Cat Dog,
Not quite the right term.
Very disturbing unit.
These things are nightmares. The one in the middle actually feels a little bit tame in comparison to the far left and far right. Those things are freaky looking.
Combat output, but they've got high strength, high damage, high AP attacks that can kind of. One of these can rip a space.
Yeah, it's just some sort of spawn. But I like how the skin is like blown away and like you can see there's a monster coming out of it, right?
Cultist army. If you want to lean into the idea of
It feels
that
like the
vast
person
host
was a
of
suit.
fallen
Yeah,
chaos.
Like
exactly.
a Edgar suit.
Yeah.
And these guys add the kind of real combat punch to that army.
So how do these differ to
Actually,
Chaos
I think
Spawn?
that's
It's a
kind
question
of
I
what they
saw
all
come
feel
up in the
like,
chat, and I think
was
it's
that
a fair
the
question.
cultists
So
were like
I think
suits,
they definitely in that kind of it's probably a spectrum
their
of everything
bodies
from
were the
like
gateway
just
for
got my
these
first
demons
chaos
to
tattoo
just
all the way to
burst
chaos spawn.
forth.
The difference really is that these guys are
Ghost of
still
Starman,
have
guy
a
on the
living
left
demon,
doesn't look
inside
least
of them.
bit
So
bothered
you can-
giving us a wave.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just,
so you
hi,
can
how's it
still
going?
see the
Hi, how are ya?
you can see the eyes of the demon. You can see that the actual demon itself is starting to manifest.
Yeah, these are
through the
really
flesh
cool.
of the-
These are
this demon,
different. I mean, like,
Whereas the chaos
man,
spawn, sometimes
you can paint
become
these
a
up
chaos spawn
any which
just
way
by
but
having the
loose.
gifts of chaos be a little bit too generous to you.
You could probably paint them
without
loose.
necessarily having a demon inside.
Spawn had awaits
The one on the
anyone who
far
does
right,
that
man, that is
well
just
too
too
quickly
funny.
and can't handle
Yeah.
the
It's-
gifts that
that's-
are bestowed upon them, or
He
just
looks like a
epically fails
comedy
at some
piece
point.
almost.
And then
Yeah,
turns
he
into
almost
like
looks like
you see,
he talks like
one
with a
of the
normal
Chaos
accent
Spacemen,
and
in
he speaks
Plague Song
the
on
Queen's English.
Warhammer TV that turned into a spawn
He
for
feels like he's an
blowing his
animator.
mission. It's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
The one on the far left, that looks like a
Very- I
spawn.
think most of the people who set out on the path to chaos will either die or turn into
Yeah.
chaos.
Either
spawn.
way,
a
I
very
wanna
small
paint
number
these.
will make it.
These
to
are
the,
cool.
Chaos
These are
Spawn or
cool.
Daemon Prince level.
They're different. They're
But
crazy
I like
looking.
The idea that the chaos spawn.
Like,
that
I
when
think-
the god is actually just too generous.
Oh, I'm sure they're
Gave
probably
you
pretty
too
good
many
in game. They're
gifts.
probably
Well, I guess you're
random
a giant
abilities,
fly
and
now.
it's probably pick
You
your
enjoy
abilities.
your
And,
unlife.
every turn they're
Ooh,
probably
we've got one
something
more thing,
different.
and then
Oh,
we'll-
look at this dark
Here
commune.
are the
Yeah, this
Dark
is the new
Commune.
HQ.
Eddie, we can sort
It's
of
a
start to guess
unit
what they are, but
of
tell us about the Dark
basically
Commune.
cultists.
So
you
the
can have,
Dark
like, a full
Commune
cultist army.
are a HQ choice for Chaos Space Marines.
These are cool.
And what they are basically is your cultist leaders.
But-
One of them is a
So when
psyker,
Chaos Space Marines
and then
attack a world or a world
Wee-woo,
rises up in the name
wee-woo.
of chaos, quite often there are the
Yeah, Buddy on the
leaders
left
of
with the staff,
insurrection,
with a little bit of
the
teal on the
demagogues, so
staff. That looks
kind
like
of
Buddy
fallen
from
psychers.
Lord of the Rings.
This
The
is
Mouth of
they,
Sauron.
basically. So you've
Yeah!
got kind
Which one I
of
bet is the
middle
same sculptor
middle
and
left
they
there
stole the sculpt.
is your kind of
Well,
leader,
they
who's
do
your
have the
cult
license from
leader,
Lord of the Rings, so they can
the guy
borrow
top
shit, I
right,
guess, right?
Who is your psyker?
Heretic Scott,
what
this is a
you
good
can't
day
quite
for
tell-
you. Yeah, no
what
kidding,
you
man.
can't quite
No
tell from
kidding.
that picture is going
Look
on
at
is that is the still living
look at the
head
guy
of a chaos
second from
mutant
the right,
psyker
where
carried
his,
around
like, he's got the
in a
brain
slightly
face
symbiotic
on top
relationship
of
Oh,
with
yeah.
a cultist who is using
Or
a
is that his
support
neck
system.
just stretched
a
out?
host
I can't
who
tell.
may or may not
I
be
can't tell
entirely
either.
willing. And if you look all
Or
the
maybe that
pipes
is
sort of
his
go
head and
into
he's
them,
connect.
so
Oh,
they
and he's got
the
IVs
line,
running to
the
it
life
too.
force
Maybe it's his head and he carries his head around on a stick.
It's
Yeah.
gross.
He's walking around with his own head.
It's properly grim, properly.
Yeah, so what we have
Hobby
here,
here
just
that
to
goes all
give you
my
the
money.
rundown,
Yeah.
You've got the cult demagogue,
I'm
which
imagining
is sort
drawing
of centre
blood
left.
on the middle guy.
You've got the
just
Iron Ark,
reaching
which is
down
the
to
one
the
with the
table and
enormous
accidentally
banner. It's
stabbing
one of the
yourself
coolest
every
banners you've
time.
ever seen.
Yeah, this is
And then
truly a
you've got
dark day
the
for
Mind
everybody's
Witch,
wallets.
Which is the one
This is a
bearing
dark
the
day.
Distended psyker
Right.
head.
How much
And
is
you
in
have
my
blessed
savings?
blades, which are the
Everybody's checking their
sort of
online
robes, sword
finances.
bearers,
Yeah, so you
God
can
damn
imagine
it,
if
how
they
can
were
I
doing
afford
some kind
this?
of weird chaos congregation, they would be the kind of warriors at the
I'm gonna
start,
have to
so
start
if
selling blood and
expressed
semen
any views
again.
against the rise of chaos, they
Well, my
might
wife's
swiftly
playing
behead them and
Five
put their head on the altar somewhere.
How much do you love chaos?
Well, it's not much of a problem if you're
Not
not
enough.
dead.
I'll take that head. Thanks very much. But I think what's really cool about these guys is again. they've
Yeah,
been
I
part of
like the
this
one in the far left,
lore of
or the
Warhammer
second from the
40,000
left.
for
I like
ages,
that
this
one.
idea of, like,
And Buddy on the
chaos
right
cult
with
that
his
rises
head
up and
on a stick.
And now you can properly.
That's hilarious.
Have that in your
So yeah,
game.
this is some sort
lots
of
the Chaos
command section, I
traitor
guess.
legions will
Standard
have
bearers and
really
wizards and
strong cultist followings.
it looks like two guards, right?
You've got something like Word Bearer or
Yeah.
Alpha Legion, which have this huge.
Jared
following.
Dory.
And a lot of the time,
Some
they-
great
they
bits
will
for
take the
fantasy
field with,
conversion.
like,
Yes,
very many
definitely.
Chaos Space Marines,
Yeah.
but
Oh, you
vast
can
amounts
so
of
much
these kind of
Yeah.
cultist chaff, and the Chaos Space Marines
All
kind
sorts of
weed
stuff with these
afterwards
guys.
and clean up.
Ghost of Starman,
mess.
joke's on you guys. My
That's not to say
student
that you
finance
can't
loan just dropped.
Absolutely, still do an army that's all about Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah.
But if you want to lean into that kind of cultist rabble, that kind of lost in the damned.
I like the standard.
Yeah, absolutely. And it
All these
matches
models,
really
like
nicely with things
the
like
bodyguard
obviously
dudes.
Storm
Yeah, they're
Lion,
cool.
When I think of
Um,
Chaos Cultists, which
you
is
know,
a brilliant.
I'm sure
background
where they're
program.
going
You'll
with
check it
how
out if you
they're
haven't read
building
it.
the lore
But
out for the
Iron
Chaos
Warriors
Marines and everything like
sort
that.
of grand
I'm sure
company
they
turned
make
out
sense
to
within the
pretty
lore.
impressive
So
fortress.
I guess Chaos, we're getting like a revised iteration within the Chaos, fleshing them out rather than just making them Space Marines, but evil. It feels like they're getting their own stuff, you know, and I think that's really, really cool.
You know, it's been easy, but it's been horrible and like tiring. And then
Heretic Scott, I feel that I've seen elements of these guys in the Rumor Engine a while back. Yeah, well, the possessed demon duder. Ooh,
yeah, so
pretty
here's
pics.
the Chaos Space Marines mixed in with the current range in all their glory, and I think what's nice about this picture is that you
the
get
possessed
how
dudes are
big
really,
some of
really
these
cool.
models
I
are. So you
love
can
those
see
possessed. Look how big they look.
The possessed.
They're bigger than the damn Terminators.
There, and you can see them standing next to the Black Legion Terminators, and they are like.
Look how big those guys are.
Terminators. These are big, big models.
Ooh.
Another thing you could obviously now do if you wanted to is lean really heavily into that kind of possessed angle for your Space Marine. So if you wanted a really
Heretics got big lads. Yeah, they are.
Done very well.
They are some big
you've got the
boys.
Cultists, you've got the possessed.
Dude,
you could
just
have
said
a
the word
very,
word
very
bearers.
thematic looking word bearers force.
Yeah, I guess if we were paying attention to the presentation, we would hear what they're talking about. But
leading all this.
such is the stream.
Absolutely amazing. The chat again.
Now, the fun part I like doing it in these big pictures is
there might be some alternate
really kind of scouring the image, because sometimes they seem to hide little previews of things. It's either terrain or a model
of course,
that will be coming up soon.
Warhammer Fest, Warhammer 40,000 Day. We are not done.
Wow.
Yet.
It's not just Chaos Space Marine Day.
That's
I'd be
cool.
happy, to be honest, if it was
That is
more Chaos
man.
Space Marines.
I mean, they could have probably milked that whole
let's have a
presentation, this whole presentation, just on that release alone of all those box sets.
This is Imperial Chopper. Welcome back. You asked for it, we got it. The latest chopper concept from the Leagues of Votann. Presenting the Hernkin Pioneer. Unparalleled comfort makes you feel like you're floating on air.
Look at that.
Because you are.
Whoever came up with
Smooth lines and an
video is
open
amazing.
canopy.
It's a trike.
Let the
It's
wind
anti-grav
whip
trike.
through your totally awesome coat. All
Love
that
it.
and some hellacious firepower. The Hernkin Pioneer from the Leagues of Votann.
Wotan,
You're
the
out
Leagues of
their
Wotan.
league.
And I like the retro style commercial to it too. That's
That
hilarious.
was pretty awesome and quite unexpected, unless maybe you knew the running order of what we had going on.
All right, I did
this is
not
a
foresee this.
Hernkin Pioneer and is part of the.
Well,
Leagues
everybody
of
said
Votann.
they wanted trikes back.
What do you know?
And
So absolutely, this is a Hernkin Pioneer. It is a bike unit.
Hernkin.
So we know this is
The Leagues
part
of
of the faction
Wotan.
that was previously known as Squats, but we now know as the League of
Hobby
Votann.
Heroes. Oh, man, that's
and
two
this
armies,
is a
yeah.
reinvention of the classic trike archetype for the
Now,
Squats.
how do they
basically.
maintain-
So
like, it looks
if
like it's
you are of a
balancing off
certain
that one
vintage,
rock in the back.
You might remember that
There's
one
nothing
of
on
the
the
ways
front.
that the Squat forces used to ride around the battlefield.
So it's
was on a
balanced off
variety of
that one
different bikes
point.
and trikes.
Oof, I can see many people
And
snapping it
this
off
is
its base.
the reinvention of that for the current era of Warhammer 40,000. It's
I will
obviously
take clear acrylic
grav
rods
powered,
supports
so you
for
can see it's
1,000.
kind of floating around rather than using.
No, I don't see any
primitive
rods.
wheels, like
I think it's
some of
balanced off that rock in the
Imperial
back.
chap.
I think
And
I
it's
would
absolutely
put them
kitted
in
out with
even
some
if it
pretty
doesn't
mega looking
come.
weapons as well. So
Yeah,
you've got
yeah.
a big Gatling cannon on the front of it there, and just in case there is what appears to be a revolver
Alex,
shotgun.
I didn't know they could modernize
which
the
is
80s
like gonna
vibe
make a
squat
mess.
chopper.
A little known trope fact.
But there it is.
that
Yeah,
my
exactly,
first
man.
Warhammer
It's the
40,000
squat
models,
chopper.
in
It's
fact, Warhammer models
it's
ever
their trike.
were squats.
But instead of wheels,
So,
it's anti-grav.
seeing
And in
the,
fact,
the
all they
Leagues
did
of
was turn the
Votann
wheels
emerge,
sideways and made it
subsume that,
anti-grav.
slightly,
I love the
rude
aesthetic though of
identity
their
the
armor,
Imperials have
like of
clearly
their
given them,
technology.
and,
How it does
emerges
feel,
this
it
cult
has
we're
that kind of
starting to see
50s,
build out through
40s and
articles
50s
with
kind of
these
vibe to it.
Is tremendously exciting. I only had one trike in my army.
It's that
I
curvatures.
think I'm going to have more.
You know what I mean? It feels very pre-heresy.
So this would come out as a
Kinda tech.
unit kit. So at the moment we're just seeing one of
Because
the
again,
models.
like
that
we're
will be
treating
able
them
to
like they're
have basically
aliens, but
whole,
really they're humans.
Hosts of these
just,
guys riding around.
Evolved, right?
A few things to note about the
So the
kit. It's a
technology would be
Hernkin
based,
Pioneer.
you know,
They
in the
are
past on
effectively
human
the scouts
technology.
and outriders of the Leagues of Votann. So there is a strong kind of independent spirit of these guys.
like
They're also
this.
very independent and.
Are we going to see this kind of
self-sufficient, so you
vehicle
can see
in
on the back of the trike, they're
Necromunda? Are we
carrying
going to
around
get these
their
kind of
supplies
guys,
and
you know,
spades and
being,
fuel
you
and
know,
stuff
work
like that, and they will range ahead of the
in
rest
the
of the
wastes?
League of Votann force to scout out positions
that'd
and
be
stuff
cool.
like that. There's also
Like
a
a-
little bit of
predicting
an.
that
You can
we'll
see
get
in the
kill
technology
team
that
these
it looks a
guys.
little
kill
bit
team, yes,
kind of
a
like
kill
some of
team.
the Imperial stuff,
I think
but
they should
obviously
be
has gone off in a
excellent
different route.
Some
So
of the
I
more
can see
advanced
that, yeah.
electric
I can see that.
mechanics Clearly,
The last
sort
kill
of
team was what,
echo in
Eldar
some of the-
and
Yes,
Chaos?
And it links to that. They've
So-
got
Because they're not going to have a
like
full army
STC
ready
type tech that clearly
before
still
they have enough
works.
for kill teams.
Yep.
And those
I
sort of
don't know.
shared
I have no
origins
idea.
when these sort of, I guess, pioneers is a
And
good
it would
word for it,
sell,
set off
like,
into the stars
nobody's
and
business.
sort of disappeared around the galaxy. And now, like, we're seeing what
Hobby
happens
hero.
when your
I've never made a
civilization
full
doesn't
army, but
decay in the same way
I
as
always
mankind.
said if they
Yeah.
brought
The
squats
closest
back,
thing is
well,
probably something like the Castellan robots. This
Leagues
sort
of
kind
Wotan,
slightly
man.
curved
Leagues of Wotan.
tech, which obviously predates the Imperium. So the Imperium has very much gone pro box.
Wotan.
Although lights still
Love it.
appear the same.
Rick Rogers,
That
paint
there's a-
iconic
there's a few
light
kind of
shoe
classic
style,
STC
and then we'll talk.
you see him on the front of Rhino tanks and
Yeah,
Land Rovers and
those
everywhere else.
mutants are
There's a few
definitely
things
begging
to
for that
call
kind
out
of
on
paint
this
job.
for those who are
I
interested.
concur.
Hernkin Pioneers, as Eddie said, are super
Marco
self-sufficient. And so
lovely miniatures so far.
this,
Finally, a
Kim,
rather
she's
different
extremely
style.
heavily armed.
Must be a
She's
pleasure to
carrying,
paint those possessed.
a bolt shotgun,
possessed.
which is a
and especially for like
in its own right. She also has
people out there
it's
who
called a magna coil
play with different
autocannon, which is what you see sort of jutting out beside the
that flesh is perfect
the bedroll
opportunity
at
for
the
that
front.
kind of stuff. Get those gradients
There's
of color in the
enormous
flesh and
shells
everything like that.
in the holster. For the,
you find your opportunities
the
where you
bolt
can,
shotgun as well.
people. You find them
I just
where
love
you
all the
can.
toolkits and the
The face
stowage
looks
and the
a little
lamp,
weird.
and you can imagine like
well, he's
well
squat.
ahead of the sort
So
of
he's kinda
battles that are
squishy.
fought by the
Wait,
like the armies of the
is
League,
it
the
a he or
pioneers
a
are sort
she?
of setting the way,
That might be a
picking the sites
female.
to fight
Could be.
and stuff.
You did call out as well. This is a female
Yes, it is.
League of Votann.
It is a
when
female.
The
Interesting.
League calls for war, the whole family, the whole clan family answers basically. So
That gives us a bit of an
they'll take
idea on the
all
facial
warriors they
structure
can
now,
when
too.
they march
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
maybe like
I'm quite
females
excited
will
to
have
see
no
more
facial
of
hair,
that,
and the males will
the
just have
League
big
is
fuck
unveiled.
off beards.
But you can
It's
see
a
how
super
it's
cool
still
model,
a
and there's
very
plenty more of that
bulky
on the
face.
way.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
Yes, indeed. And we've more or less caught up with where we should be, which is great. The other kin that
Rogers,
we've
yeah.
seen so far
Make it more
when
freaky,
we've
too
been
clean
looking at the League
with
of
heavy metal,
Votann was a half
in my
kin,
opinion.
right?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Fire
so,
Drake. Leagues of Votann. I
think
like
for
it.
me that
Yeah,
was
the Leagues of
start,
Votann.
very
They're the
exciting.
Wutans, man.
As I said, I was a child of squats when
I'll
they
be here
first
just
appeared on the
saying,
Warhammer 4000 scene. You
Hi.
are going back 30
Leagues of
years
Votann.
at this point.
Female. So
I can't
confirmed.
wait to
We're going to
see
get female
more.
and male
the crowd,
models. I think that's
in
fantastic.
the chat. All
That's
let me
fantastic.
just check in. 34,000 of you.
Mind you, though, I mean, squat
lots
females.
of excitement for these. A
I
lot of
imagine
people are
they
quite excited to see.
they're pretty
the,
ample in
Leagues of
the
Votann arrive.
in the
So,
chest area,
I'm right
in
with
the
you.
chest
Can't
department.
wait. I'm
Just
gonna
because
go,
so
know
squat.
more. All the information about the Leagues of
it's a
Votann building
female
up to their release
that
as it comes
doesn't
along will
look
be
like
on
they're wearing a
Warhammer
bathing
Community.
suit, which
So
I'm
make
really
sure you
glad to
check
see.
that.
Yeah,
out.
I'm fine
And
with
the
that.
regular,
I'm fine with that.
sure You'll be kept
And
to
yeah,
date.
I can see
Right.
Leagues
So,
of Votann
We're doing
becoming
well. We're a
very
little ahead of
popular.
schedule. If you've got a question,
Especially
about any of
like with
stuff
that aesthetic,
you've
that
seen,
curvature,
you haven't
but it looks
answered,
imperial, but it
blast
has
in
like,
now.
it looks
Otherwise,
30K
we'll go
almost,
on.
right? And yeah.
I'm sure there was
It
a
looks
question
like
about
pre-30K,
do you know
honestly.
whether
Yeah, well,
other
and
legions
that's kind of, I think that's where they're going with that
looks like great
lore.
expansion timeline.
Yeah, because I mean, like
So,
squats are, and
something like
like
cultists
other abhumans,
is
Ogrins, stuff like that.
already
Like they're all
capable
supposed to
of some
be
of
from
those
like the original people who
Also,
left Earth
not
to settle
everything
worlds,
you
and then
use, but
obviously
the
they
basic
change and everything,
cultists
right? So
certainly have already got
it makes
The
sense.
worlds had
amazing,
effects.
and I'm sure.
Yeah,
as we
yeah, exactly, right?
tiptoe
Because
towards
humans
this
evolve and
dedicated
change, and
section,
that's
all
all
information will be covered in far more
ratlings,
detail
Ogrins,
than we could,
squats,
ever hope to do.
and the Beastmen, right? That's
yeah.
all they are,
Question,
is
how is the
variations
Boltgun different
on
from a Space Marine
humans.
Boltgun? Oh, you've gotten to one of my favourite subjects in the world. which is
Corvonics
Boltguns
plays,
in
and no
Warhammer
female
40,000.
IG. Well, I imagine female
First is that
IG
they're
will
using a
be
much
around the
bolder
corner,
design,
I'd imagine.
than the
Because
Adeptus
obviously,
Astartes are.
so many people want alternate
Leagues of Votann are descended
iterations of
from
Imperial forces,
pioneer
and it'd be
fleets
cool
that
to
set
have
in the
even
galaxy
like,
for the
regiments
Imperial
that are
Unit,
entirely
crazy stunts
women,
on
right?
terror.
Some sort of Valkyrie
and so,
force. And
they'll
you
be
know,
using all the
everybody wants it,
more
and why not?
reliable
You know,
designs and in lots
why
of
not?
different
And-
patterns as
and
well.
you get 100 points
You won't just
for
see different
not
types
saying
of
after
bolt guns. You'll
military.
see different types of things and all sorts.
It's got a
it's too many syllables, man. It's too many syllables. What are these guys talking about? I don't even know what they're talking about
Might
anymore.
have just forgotten some stuff.
Yeah, and
They needed
the
to
bolt
focus.
shotgun's an interesting thing.
The
Do you
bolter
remember,
shotgun
like,
is the
I mean,
current topic.
you might still be able
Oh.
to Necromunda. haven't
Bolter
checked
shotgun?
recently,
Yeah, okay,
but
bolter
you used to be
shotgun.
able to load
Shotgun
shotguns with
bolters.
Sort
That
of
the model was
jerry-rigged
holding up.
bolt
Yeah,
shells.
it's very interesting. weapon.
Back in my dark days of the Underhive.
Hobby Hero just glad it's not
and so
another
I feel
all-male
like
army. Yeah,
full
no,
circle here.
and that's the thing is like I was thinking that
very
Leagues of Votann would be
How many
just
wounds?
all
I've no idea.
males, like, which is all
Um,
big fuck off beards, right? But
any relation to the Tau
the
Demio?
fucking commercials,
Again,
man,
I have no
goddamn.
idea. Maybe the
Changing
Codex
that
will
while it's an
cover
ad
that
running
in full order.
Hobby Hero, my
I
my
guess
mom
we'll
and grandma
be
were
able
in the
to
Navy,
answer
so I
some of
want it.
those
Yeah,
questions,
well, exactly, right? I mean,
as
like,
time
there's
goes
plenty of
along.
mixed,
glimpse of
sexes
the
in the
Four
army.
in
I mean,
there, I
like,
think.
Yeah,
you know,
there is a four.
why not, right?
Four in
They're
the-
very
four
I
in
guess
the-
if I
I'm
was
really impressed
properly
with how
subscribed to
they
Games Workshop, I wouldn't have
thinking
this
they were
fucking
durable
ad running on
and
the
stuff.
on the screen
Right,
right now at the
got the
moment.
nod
My paper
from
too.
Raf. It is
Yeah.
time for our next thing. We are going to talk for a little while about this, Eddie. What is it?
Yeah, so this is chapter approved. So this
chapter
is news
approved.
for anybody who's interested in the match play portion of Warhammer 40,000.
Which is
We've got a
just
little bit
about
of news
everybody.
about the next chapter approved. First of which is to announce that it's on its way, and it will give you what you need to play play, match play for the second half of 2022. And there are some big things about this which are going to shake up the way that Warhammer 40,000 plays. So probably the biggest change that you'll feel in your games is the way that command points work with this mission pack. So currently, when you play
points.
something like 2,000 points of Warhammer 40,000, you get about 12 command points to play with. You
Their
will
audios
get
are
less
powering
command
mine,
points
is
in this new chapter approved at the start of the game. And what
No,
that
I turned their
means
volume up,
basically
though,
is
that's
that you've
why.
got to make some tough decisions
turn the volume
at
back
the start
down.
of the game in terms of how
There we
you put your army together, what detachment to use, what upgrades
Better?
and relics and things you want to give to your characters.
Heretic Scott, do many
It
people
also
play
means
narrative?
that you
I've not heard much
can't
about it
put
myself.
all of your eggs
No,
into
unfortunately,
a really
yeah,
big
it's
initial
narrative play.
first turn
Is
mega
obviously
use of
the
stratagem
neglected
and
child of
combo
Warhammer
everything
40,000.
on a kind of huge
Doing crusades
ruffle
and
stomp of your opponent's
campaign games,
However,
which are a ton of fun.
as the
if
game
you've
goes
never
on,
done a
you will get
campaign,
more command
definitely
points
get
in each
your
of
gaming
the
group together to
turns.
at least
So rather than having only
play a
one command
campaign.
point
Just
in
take
each turn,
like a year
you
to
get
run
more
through a
command points
campaign.
as the game goes on.
So that
So
everybody can
you can
get lots of
still
games
save
in,
up your
and,
points
you upgrade
and do
your
something
units
big and
and
cool and
stuff like
impressive
that.
with
Like it's just a
big
lot of fun.
massive stratagem combo, but you only to
Even
wait
just making up
longer than the game
scenarios.
to
Like
do
it doesn't seem like
And
anybody
it also
makes up
means towards the end of
scenarios
the
to
game,
play.
where
It's
quite
always
often you find
match
yourself,
play and
with
pick up and play.
no command
You know
point
what I mean?
left
Like
at the
it's
top of turn 4 and 5.
you know what I mean? Like
you
there's
will
more
still
than
get
one
do
way to
some
play
cool
Warhammer
stuff.
If you do
40,000.
your Mikey shenanigans, you're going to have to wait till
Open
they
play
come
and
in.
match
So
play.
it
narrative
should
play
mean
are
that the game
definitely
feels
things,
more
you know, just
immersive
even for
and
anybody
more
who's
exciting,
into
and you
tournament
can
type
do more
play,
cool
right?
stuff
Like match play.
later in the game,
You know,
rather
it's a
than
good palate
being
cleanser
encouraged
to
put
squeeze
all
in
of
some
your
narrative
eggs into
games
a
and some
big,
open play and
massive
just playing a
first turn
block ups game
push,
or whatever,
which,
right?
either works or doesn't, and then the game feels like
There's so many
maybe the
ways to
last
play
half of
this
the game's
game.
less important than the first half. So that's quite significant. That is specific to this mission pack, so that's not a rule necessarily. That
Heretic Scott
goes
sounds like a
all
cool
across
concept,
Warhammer
but I haven't
40,000,
seen
but
many
if you're
people play it.
match
Almost
play
seems like a
in the second
40k
half of
D&D.
2020 at
Well,
like a
role
tournament,
play 40k,
You can
kind of thing.
expect that.
you know,
type
is
of
what
there.
would be
It is a thing.
Yeah,
So
So that's pretty big.
Yeah.
The other thing that's quite cool for Warhammer 40,000 players is that this
B-Man, we're
book
doing a
has
2-month
all
narrative
of your
campaign starting next month.
secondary
Oh, sweet.
objectives
Yeah,
to,
post-
to use
post
with this
pics
mission
and-
pack. What that means
who's,
is
who's heading that one up?
secondary
Is that,
objectives
Mike?
from the
Is that Mike
codexes
that's
will
gonna
have
do
been
that, or
either
is that Kelly?
updated or replaced.
Usually they
So
seem to be
if
the,
you've got a codex that's currently out, something like
the
Orcs or
linchpin
Space
in the
Marines
gaming
or
group, in the
Eldari,
local community. But I don't know, maybe
your
somebody else,
secondary
I don't know.
objectives will have been tweaked and balanced against each other inside this chapter approved. And if you've got a codex that's not out yet, so something like Astra Militarum or Demons, you have secondary objectives in this chapter approved. So
Hey,
if
okay,
you've
that's kinda
been
cool.
looking forward,
Little teasers for everybody
You've got an Astra
that
Militarum
doesn't quite
army,
have a new
and
codex
your
yet.
Space Marine opponent always gets to do cool Space Marine stuff. And
Remember
your
back in
Orc
the day,
opponent
like
gets to do
20
cool
years
Orc
ago, we
stuff.
had to
Now
wait
you
6
get
months
to do
between each
cool Astra
codex.
Militarum stuff. So you're encouraged to kind of play
like living in
into
the
the
dark
theme of your
ages,
army,
for
which is,
God's sakes.
only a good thing for everybody. And all
Now
the
we're getting
structures
codexes every other.
all the
We're getting like 2 or 3
secondary objectives
codexes every quarter, for
able to be
God's sake.
balanced against each other because they've all been written at the same time.
Oh, Andrew's running
So
it.
that's
Okay.
pretty cool.
Fire Drake,
And
I
then the
got
last
Wrath
thing
and
that's
Glory.
quite cool
Unfortunately, no
about
friends
this
to ever play it.
chapter
Oh,
approved
that's
and quite cool
unfortunate.
for all of match play
That's
is that
unfortunate.
but
But, I mean, you know,
the book doesn't contain the points.
build it and they will
that's
come,
a good
right?
thing because the
So,
points as of this chapter
keep
approved
putting the feelers
will be
out there.
free,
Keep getting
and
people
available
interested.
online. So
And
what
unfortunately,
that
I
means
know
is that
I know
if
real
you
life
want to
and
play
jobs and stuff like that interfere with our
competitive
fun
match play and go to
trying to
things
get
like
things
events and
organized,
stuff,
and then of
you can buy
course
this
trying to
book
get your gaming group
and
together
all of your
at
missions
least
and all
once a
your
month
secondary
to
objectives are in there.
is
Whereas
like
if you're more of
herding
a
cats kind
casual
of thing.
match
I
player, you
realize,
just want to
but
play at
you know,
home.
sometimes you need somebody
kind of,
dedicated to be the
Beer and Pretzels games,
GM or
sometimes referred to,
DM or
and roll some dice.
That's how I
BDM.
roll.
Roll some dice with a
Right.
friend and use the Eternal War
But
missions
yeah.
out of the
That's cool.
core
Mission
rulebook,
packs.
but you do still want to have the latest
Warzone
points to kind of
Nephilim.
balance your army
Nephilim?
and take advantage of the recent balancing. The
And of
points
course,
are
whenever
available
this
for you
drops,
for
it's
free.
going to have
So
all the
it's
new
good
point
for
values, so
everybody,
everybody's
basically.
going
So
to
this
be
book
putting
has
out
been
videos
focused
talking
on
about it.
making match play great.
Oh, is it? Okay.
And if you're
I'm sorry, I wasn't
at a
listening to
competitive
the
level,
presentation,
and if you want
so.
to play at a casual kind
Yeah,
of match
I'm
play
zoning in
level,
and
then the points are available for you. for free,
That's
which is pretty
me all day long, man.
Absolutely. There was a question in the chat, which I feel the need to ask the same question because we were speculating on it ahead of time. And is, do you suppose that is Primaris Cato Sicarius in the bottom right of this picture?
I mean, he could have just found himself like
It
an old.
might be an honor guard.
Could have just found himself an old Mark IV helmet and be wearing it so he could feel like he blends in.
Yeah, I asked myself the same question before we went live.
Also, there's a
I have
bear
no idea.
like far right. I'm not sure what the bear's about, but
I have no idea.
It's a-
Why is there a bear?
you can have bears. There's loads of bears.
My stream
If I
friends
ever have a
talking
lectern,
about other stuff.
I'm
I
going
haven't
full
seen yet.
double-headed
Eagle.
eagle. Yeah, for
There's
sure.
a
quite a
bear
statement
on the
piece,
far
isn't
right
it?
of their screen.
Yes, right. Okay.
Like a bear.
So,
Oh,
Chapter
yeah, yeah, I
Three
see the
Nephilim
bear. Yeah.
is looking really exciting.
Yeah.
And while I don't tend to
I
play
definitely
match
like
play
the
40K
idea
in a
that
tournament
they
environment
made
as
it
much
so
as, for example,
all
myself,
of
who went
the
to one very recently.
secondaries are in that book.
It's fair to say that
I'm not a fan of making a book
Yeah,
every 6 months.
I think
No.
we know that
Like,
there's
if-
lots of different
Especially
ways to
since
play
they don't
Warhammer
do digital.
40,000, and I think
Yeah.
when we have books that
I know. Well, it
lean
always seems
into
like Games
a
Workshop
particular way of
is a little
playing
bit behind the
it, they
curve
tend
as
to
far
be
as
better than when they
digital
try and do a
content's
bit
concerned.
for everybody.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, they have the
So I think
iBooks
if you
that
like
look great
competitive
in
match
it.
play, that's
Yeah.
great.
It seems like they've done away with the iBook, right?
Get your points for free.
Which I was
roll some dice at home, have fun.
Yeah. Now, as Eddie said when he was talking, that covers essentially the second half of the year.
Does
so
it
you
go
can
down in
expect
price
it
now that I
sometime
don't have to buy a book with
summertime,
freaking
I
points in it?
Awesome. Right. Well, we're doing well. We're a
hardcover.
little ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
Somebody said, I want World Eaters. Let's see what we can do.
Oh no.
World Eaters.
Maybe. If not,
So the World Eaters are one of the original traitor legions that fell to chaos during the time of the Horus Heresy.
He has his best
They are the
title.
favoured of the Blood God, the Lord of War, so one of the great chaos gods, his personal servants.
Are we getting angry?
Unlike some of the other traitor legions, they're not really an organised force. There was a famous battle at Scalathrax where the legion was shattered, mainly by a guy called Khan the Betrayer,
new Khorne berserkers.
clues in the name. He kind of went mad, killed loads of his erstwhile colleagues, the legion shattered into pieces. In recent periods of time, increasing numbers of World Eater war bands have been seen across the galaxy, united by particularly powerful warlords. There'll be no surprise to anyone that they're mainly focused on close combat. They're a really aggressive fighting force. In the future, when we really explore them in depth, there'll be a little bit more nuance to some of the way that some of those units will work. They'll give you a really good play experience. One of the cool things about this project is an opportunity to treat the World Eaters as a faction in their own right. So we've taken them out of the Chaos Space Marines book. So that we can give them all the love that they deserve. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some great rules content in White Dwarf to tide people over while they wait for the full World Eaters experience. So our current Khorne Berserker models literally fought the Long War. It's not quite 10,000 years, but they are showing their age a little bit. So we will be doing, as part of the main release for World Eaters later on, a full set of new miniatures, including, of course, new Khorne Berserkers. There'll be all kinds of exciting things released as part of that miniature release. Some of those will be old favourites, but there'll be a few surprises in there as well, and things that maybe people aren't quite expecting. As ever, there's always great things happening in the 41st millennium, and I'm excited to see what you all do with the exciting new World Eaters in the future.
Get ready to shit your pants, people! Oh, time for Slaughter's coming. The preview showing us previews?
Coming. Eddie,
Okay,
Debbie's given us the lowdown, but
I think this
what light
qualifies
can you
as the
cast
next
onto
codex,
the
right?
forthcoming World
Oh,
Eaters?
you think it's going to
So
be...
the new
Khorne-
Codex
Codex
Chaos Space
Khorne?
Marines has one legion that is conspicuously absent.
Not in it, you
It's
say?
not in it. They're straight up not in it. So the World Eaters are not in the Codex, but don't worry, it's because they are getting a Codex of their own. And if you have had a look at something like the Thousand Sons or the Death Guard, who have been one of the traitor legions recently that have transitioned from being part of Chaos Space Marines into being a full-fledged legion on their own, you get a sense of what that means for a traitor legion. So it's a pretty exciting time if you are a Khorne fan, if you're a World Eaters fan, or you just like taking skulls, because it means
Or
that
eating worlds.
or
No,
eating
let's not
worlds,
judge.
taking skulls,
So
eating
why,
worlds.
why not Khorne, right?
It means that there's loads of really cool stuff coming. So these are the core of a World Eaters army is obviously your Khorne Berserkers. Khorne Berserkers are one of the longest serving plastic kits that Warhammer 40K has.
Chaos get the
and
teeth,
we are getting some
get
new
it back,
Khorne
its
Berserkers
teeth
as
and
part
nails,
of this,
yeah.
this range. So we're not going to have a look at the whole model today, but we're just kind of letting you guys know that these are on the way. And to prove we're not just like making it up, that there's definitely some stuff coming. Here are what would a Khorne Berserker be without an enormous, great chain weapon of some sort, with which
Deeply sad.
he'd be very sad.
Default
He'd be,
chain axes. The ones on the
maybe
two on
raging if
the
he'd be
right
berserk.
look like the old ones.
So here are some of the here are some
clearly
of the
just took
Khorne
the
axes
old
that are
sculpt
coming
and added
out
the
alongside
symbols to it.
these. So the release is a little way off yet, but the reason we wanted to tell you about it basically is that you
Okay,
didn't
so
get sad
it's probably
when you
not
saw
until
your
like
Legion
winter or
wasn't
something.
Imagine how
Probably
sad they've been
Christmas
if they'd have
time.
opened up
nobody
Space
gets
Marine not been there.
World Eaters
But now
for, like,
it can instead
what?
be replaced by
6
Simmering
months?
Delight.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
there's some stuff
But,
coming that you
I
will
mean,
expect. There's some stuff coming
Back
that
in
you
the
can
day,
probably
I mean,
guess, and there's some
like,
stuff
when they give us
in
these
the
kind of
new
teases,
codex
it would
and in the
be
new miniatures range
years
that you will
out.
not expect some very
Here we're
exciting
only
things.
waiting months.
But if you have a World Eaters army right now, you can still use it. What's going to happen is that
Fire
you
Drake, for the love of
will be able
all
to
that is
get
holy.
the rules
Put
for your
all
Khorne
chaos in
Berserkers
one book.
and for
But there's
things
too
like
much chaos,
Khan the
man.
Betrayer and your
It's too
Legion
much chaos
traits
because then you gotta
inside
put
White
all the
Dwarf,
Thousand Sons,
which will
all
come out
the Slaanesh,
alongside
all
very
the
alongside the
Nurgle.
Chaos Space
So,
Marine Codex,
a White
more or less
Dwarf
at the same
with
time. So
temporary
put those two things
rules.
together, and you can still continue to use your World Eaters army. So.
Interesting.
Basically, if you like World Eaters, get excited because there's loads of really cool stuff
better
coming,
than they used to
and
be.
we'll be following some of those developments on the community site over the coming months.
I mean, I remember the
Very
first
exciting.
Necrons Codex that was in White
The
Dwarf.
chat has largely been
yeah,
filled
the
with
first rules,
people
yeah.
shouting in various ways, blood for the blood god, skull for
Rod,
the skull
I would be
throne.
disappointed if it wasn't.
As fat
And
a
other
book
things,
as the Space Marines in one book.
A
Oh,
few
it'd be
people
fatter. It would be
deeply
the
sad that we
fattest.
didn't announce Emperor's Children,
PH.
which I would say, wait your turn. I'm sure
for
melodious
God's sake, these
tunes
fucking
will
heads.
one day greet our ears, but ain't no time soon.
Turn this
Just get
volume
ready
down a
for the
bit.
rain of blood, because the World Eaters cometh.
I don't want to.
Well, that's quite exciting because I do
A
have
bunch of
some-
Amazon ads. Well, it's not surprising there's a bunch of Amazon
waiting for
ads,
more
right?
friends.
But-
Everybody has,
Anyway.
of a certain age, probably has the Corn Berserkers at some
Do you
point.
have some World Eaters?
Hobby Hero, I think I play.
Yeah,
I'm
so
here
that's
for the
3 for
minis.
3
Yeah.
each.
I
Fire
did
Drake.
have an army
My
at
second
one point
edition
before
codex says
someone
different.
sat me down and told me how to
Yeah,
do
but
armies, which
the
was
second edition
many
codex, I
Corn
mean, it was
Berserkers,
all
like a
generic
Berserkers
stuff,
kit
right?
is
I mean, like
that
it
such
was.
a noble duty
I
over
had
the
about
years.
Specific, like,
of
you know what I
them
mean?
in
Like, there
army,
wasn't
and that was
specific
about it. It was like a
Nurgle
Demon
units or
Prince and then
Zinch
just
units,
loads of
right? Like, it
Berserkers,
was.
and that was about it. It wasn't very good, so I'm not recommending that as a particular tactic, but you know, it's quite fun. You just push them across the table and they had a good time.
Running at people with power armored clad brutes and hitting them with axes is a reasonable plan. It lacks nuance potentially.
I'll sit back here.
Right, here we go. Let's. We've talked a little bit about chaos. We've talked a bit about World Eaters. Maybe we should show another chaosy thing.
Yeah.
Another chaos. Let's go. Let's do this.
Oh. Hey, it's almost like we've seen this already.
Oh yeah. They showed us pictures of this guy on the Warhammer community site. Yeah. But I didn't know if this is plastic. Oh wait.
Oh my.
Oh, look at that.
Skin tone, dude. That's skin tone.
Oh.
That red
A new
skin
Demon
tone,
Prince of
man.
Chaos, Eddie.
Yes, so we did see a glimpse of the new Daemon Prince on the Warhammer community website at the end of last week, and the 2 questions we got were, can we make him into a Warhammer 40,000 Daemon Prince? And the answer is before you.
Emphatically, yes.
And you definitely can.
look at
that was one of the questions we got, and as you can see, you can absolutely build him as an absolute juggernaut of death for your Chaos Space Marine force, and he has huge amount of utility across Warhammer 40,000 because he shows up in Chaos Space Marine armies, in Thousand Sun armies.
Yeah, he looks like
Death
an
Guard
updated
armies.
version
He
of
will
the,
be able
the
to be
other
used
one.
in your World Eaters army.
Fire
If you are
Drake, that's a
looking
handsome
forward
boy.
to having a World
Yeah.
Eaters army, you can probably pick this guy up and chuck him in there as well. You can also put him in Chaos Demon armies.
Ghost of Starman. Apparently,
so
the
he
potato
will be
can
popping up
got some
all
pics
over the
of the Age of
place.
Sigmar
And
version,
the
so they
Warhammer
had to show
40,000
it off
incarnation, which is made from the same
potato
kit,
cap,
you can see
Yeah,
it
Rick
has
Rogers, the
loads
second
and
hand is
loads-
nice. Yeah.
Loads of things
I can't
that
believe
back
it.
Warhammer
Definitely
40,000 him
like
up.
the left hand better.
Yeah, the left hand one
There's
is better.
so many options in this kit.
The right hand one,
they
I
almost
guess,
look
is
like
more
different
geared towards
models.
the
They are,
Age of Sigmar stuff.
they are. You can the tactical
I mean,
rock. I think is the only thing that
It's the
makes the
one that we see
transition
the wings
almost
on, but I bet
unscathed.
those wings pop onto
But
the
there
other
is there's loads and loads of stuff you can do with this kit. You can
Yeah, like it.
tailor it to different
This almost looks like 2 different
legions,
kits.
to different
Yeah, it
Look
does.
at how
flavors of
different it is.
chaos.
Yeah.
It's got different weapon options,
It's got
which
different feet.
does.
You got hoofed feet or clawed feet.
Yeah, he's
the
doing that,
video
like-
actually had
like, this is 2
some
different
other
models.
options that aren't shown in that shot. So you had like a claw.
Like these.
Yeah, here you go. So you get a claw
Look at
option in
the
there as well.
heads.
So you can build him with like a. If you imagine he used to
Oh,
have a
look at the
power fist,
frickin'
and you
corn.
made the transition with him into demonhood. You
right
can still
head.
kind of
Yeah, the Nurgle looking head.
grip the hearts of loyalist
And
Space
then
Marines
the
as he
bird
laughs at the
beak.
fallen
Yeah.
emperor. You
Oh,
can
this is
build him with
frickin'
different heads
cool,
to pledge your
man.
allegiance to the various different gods of
brings me
chaos.
back to, like,
So that was the other big
tactical
question we
marine
got, which was, can
interchangeability,
you
man.
tailor him to be a demon prince for different legions, different chaos gods? And you absolutely can.
Holy
I think my favorite one
Cremoles.
is probably
I've been swearing the whole
All
time,
those-
and I don't know why I'm not swearing now.
thing
But
for
Those skulls.
I
weird
like.
Yeah.
things.
I like the fact that the corn
Okay,
one is well on its way towards the sort of
so,
look of a bloodthirster.
dear
That
Mom
works
and
really nicely
Dad,
for me. And
here.
I'm not going to lie, the standard non-specific
Rodney, heads for the head god, or all gods.
But
Oh.
you can see that they
Ooh,
would fit.
somebody
absolutely
be real
perfectly
clever
into-
out there and
you-
do like
obviously,
that,
if you've got something like a Black
that
Legion
dragon
army,
with the
you
4
can
heads,
have your pick of any
and do a
of the
demon
chaos
prince
gods.
with all
And
4
if
heads.
you've got any
Yeah.
friends who collect
Yeah.
non-chaos armies, you can trade the spare heads.
Heretic Scott, I shat a few
See?
times
Yeah.
now.
Look at that.
Yeah.
There were a couple
Heretic
of
Scott
questions
is
that
a
I feel
devotee
are pretty
of-
easy to
well, with
answer.
the name like Heretic
One of
Scott,
them
I mean,
is,
for
can you
God's
put the
sake,
wings
he's
on
all
it if
about
you're
the
using a
chaos.
40k? Almost certainly, that's a good idea if you want your demon to fly around the battlefield.
That's frickin' cool,
and
man.
Who could stop you?
Like this box is
Yeah, I
mostly
think
just
one of the things that's
bits.
nice about kits like this is that there's just
I-
so many options, and you can pretty much make the demon prince whatever
it's
kind
gonna
of
be a
demon
big
prince you
box
want. So
full
you
of
could-
plastic.
You go, I want an axe, I want a sword, I want a gun, I want a
And
claw,
even the
I
most
want to have a
rudimentary,
Slaneshi head, a regular
sculpting
head.
skills,
I
you
want
could
him to look
build
like he used to
yourself
be a
another
Chaos Space
core
Marine,
to
or
slap the
you know,
rest
if
of
you're
your
playing
soldiers
Warhammer
like
40,000,
demon
you've got a
Yeah,
demon
like-
army.
like,
You don't
what's
necessarily
stopping
have
somebody
to
from, like,
use
just
the one that's the Chaos Space Marine flavor.
Man, I mean, like,
this is a mortal who's ascended.
so many
to demon
options.
Someone, a demon prince that predates the era of the Horus Heresy before the Traitor Space Marine.
60.
So you can use all the bits
quite
basically
as big,
in Warhammer
big and
40,000 and make the demon prince of your dreams.
Well, we have nothing to scale it
nightmares.
Or nightmares. Yeah, I like it. There was a lot of excitement for the gun arm returning.
Yes, so that's the Kai gun, isn't it? From
Yep, absolutely.
Was it
It is
third
cool,
edition?
I think you are going back a good 15 or 20 years for that, yes.
I think I still remember the stats.
It is not a hamster cannon.
Three shot strength
40K.
6, if I remember. 83 was pretty good.
just
It
He's
must
got
have been
4
quite
god
good
ones.
and worthy of plasma gunning
So there's
before
6
he got out
frickin'
of
heads in
spawn,
there.
if possible.
Yeah, there was definitely an era where the Slanesh Demon Prince was ruled supreme at the Warhammer 40,000 meta. I seem to remember meeting one of those in almost every other game of 40k. But yes, but the model is absolutely like stunning. It's got incredibly detailed. You can make it
tons of detail.
Kind of make it your own. I think we were talking before.
Love the 40K
once we
version
saw
of
the
it.
model that the miniature. The art of the miniature has now reached the point where it can properly replicate some of the kind of completely crazy, weird
reveal, I think it is.
40k artwork that's been in the lore
faint.
for decades.
When you look
I'm
at the
hoping it's telling us
awesome
that Guard is
like
coming.
artwork, whether that's sort of the conceptual John Blanche like madness,
Maybe another,
through to the
Leagues of
fully
Votann.
rendered things you see on codex covers and stuff. There's this
gotta
always
give us-
been in
Just be a
Warhammer
model
this
of
really
Votann.
sort of detailed, intricate.
Alex,
aspect
love
to
the
it.
posture. It looks
And
like
models like this
ready to lunge. Yeah,
capture that
exactly.
fully.
Disco, what size
It's
is
quite
that mini?
exciting
It's
seeing
got to be
the
monster size.
Warhammer Studios
Dreadnought.
miniatures teams
It's probably a 60 or 80
continue
mil
to
base.
push and
I don't
push.
know.
And it's not just in
some
things
are
like, you know, the
really-
runes
They-
along
they
the
might-
blade.
Weird
For me,
until
it's
the
things like
70s.
the level of detail that goes into the ridges.
I don't know.
along
We
the
haven't been
back
paying
of
attention to the
backpack.
presentation, so
And
they
the,
might have
the
said.
rows of spikes jutting out
They
his
have
forehead
not
and things.
Oh, no.
I get quite excited, almost emotional about miniatures that come out of the Warhammer studio.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Pretty
This-
darn excited. when
this
I see
kind of crap, man,
I'm
is
trying
the-
to see if
is
there are
the
other
stuff that
questions.
just
Somebody
makes me
said
wanna get
what
right back
size
into
bases.
chaos.
I actually don't know. I want to.
I was a chaos player for the longest
He's
time.
a big boy, and I didn't write it
Eldar
down.
and then chaos.
So
You
how
can see the
about
skulls
we'll
on
get
there,
back
so
to
armies
yeah, we
I've
can probably
collected.
find out for you guys. But you can see the skulls on the kit will give you a kind of sense of how big this guy is. So he's going to stand taller than the current Demon Prince, I think, but be of a similar sort of stature. I
Oh,
suppose.
he's gonna make the,
I think he looks like a
the
really
current
angry
Chaos
golden
Demon
demon.
Prince look like crap
Like,
next to this. Like, look at all the hard details.
You absolutely could. I think actually, if you are a painter and you're
the
just looking
sharp
for a model
edges and
to
everything.
show off
That's
your
way
skills,
better
There's
than
going to be
iteration
so
because
the degrees
the
of
previous
conversion
version
potential
was
this
lead
with
first,
you know
computer,
the options within the
and
kit
then it
and
made the
obvious
fine cast
conversions
transition.
beyond the kit.
And
I
then
think sort
we
of
have
people
this
who
one.
really lean into the modelling side of the hobby and the painting side.
Well, it
of
was
the
the same
hobby,
one. It
I
was
feel like
just
with,
the fine cast that had like
quite
better
frankly,
better details,
rewinding
like
back
sharper
to some of the
details.
things that we saw.
But
you
no,
know,
this
with
is
those cultists
100 times better.
at the start.
Yeah,
it
you can
was
imagine
annoying.
this guy at the head of a force of Chaos Space Marine possessed, looking absolutely stunning as an army on the battlefield.
This is
Absolutely.
pretty damn cool.
So
Not gonna lie.
Here we are.
Not gonna lie.
We have absolutely rocketed through a whole bunch of stuff. Time for something a little bit different in a moment, which is, of course, Warhammer 40,000 is more than just the models and even more than just the game. But sometimes
boys.
we explore it through storytelling, and we have a trailer for something coming up.
Storytelling. Better tell me a story. Oh, I'm in.
Someone must take the throne.
Another season of Angels of Death.
I am Ship Mistress Salkin. I would
looks
command
so much
you.
better.
Livia, you would sacrifice half the ship.
I would sacrifice them all.
Angel of Death is so good.
In the name of vengeance.
Ah. Wow.
Yeah, that lip sync needs some.
Oh, that's. I don't. That might have been the feed, or it might be me.
Let's hope that's the feed and not the actual source.
Yeah. No.
Angels
that was,
of
that
Death
was me.
Origins. Adam, what's all this about?
So, if you followed Angels of Death on Warhammer Plus's Warhammer TV,
Love it.
you'll have seen there's quite an impressive cast of characters. All
Yeah.
of them
Angels
sort
of Death.
join the story mid-action.
I'm in.
Angels of Death.
Yeah,
Origins
if anybody
is a chance
has
to
not
go
watched
back
Angels of
into a
Death,
series of
it's on Warhammer
standalone
Plus.
stories, tell some of the
yeah, you
origin
gotta check that
stories,
out.
hence the name. of
It's
the
good.
different
Waiting to
characters
sign up
throughout
for
the
Warhammer Plus
cast of
until
Angels
there's
of Death.
enough there
So
that I
this
felt
is
it was
a
worth it.
trailer for an episode which specifically relates to.
Yeah, I get it.
Livia Sorkin, who is the captain of the Sword of
I think we might be there
of Angels
where I can actually consume it.
There's a few things in there that are
well.
Really
I mean, if you binge watch, then.
Space
no,
Marine,
it's not enough.
Battleships, all of them are.
If you're a binge watcher of
and they're commanded
services, right? Like if you're going to rent it for a month and then binge everything, yeah, you'll get through it pretty fast.
From a bloodline dynasty of,
but again, I mean, like it's also the access to the Warhammer Vault and
proves to be
the apps for making lists and stuff like that.
Quite a lot of people's favourite characters.
Yeah.
So I'm very torn. I really like Livia, and I think when we I had the advantage.
I don't know about the errors, but I find that with Battlescribe, I mean, when a new codex drops, you end up waiting forever, right? I mean,
and everybody wanted her lines because she has so many great contributions to it.
We had the Tyranids before the Tyranids
commands the ship while the Angels of Death.
Well, because so much was leaked, I think,
down on the surface. I think Raf's got some other pictures which maybe will give some context.
Yeah,
might be. There we go. So the first thing is Livia Sorkin has quite a scarred face at the time.
The animation is definitely better.
So jumping back,
like there's so much texture on the face now,
a little bit more
and like the cloth and like
how she comes to be in charge.
The
and
color
that
palette
along the way.
that is that
what
the
this
whole
signifies
previous show in that color palette?
Yes. Yeah, it's a style choice. The animation is good. Yeah, it's black and white with red accents, and the Blood Angels, their armor is all in red, and their eyes are glowing red.
You have Hadriel, this tech
literally
priest,
the Sin City stuff.
Sorry, tech marine, an amazing character. Maybe we'll get.
But I dig it, and it gets you right into it, and obviously it helps you focus on.
And I would love to have a little bit of a window.
The important elements.
Sort of
within
the
scene,
like the way they are. How did they?
You know what I mean? Like here, like on this frame right here. I mean, like there's no red elements at play, right? So
is so heroic that when he's essentially killed, he's interred into the
right.
She's there just to be her. There's nothing about her that you need to notice.
No, but she's a fan. Like you get a little bit of her in the first season. And she's an interesting character.
The whole season dedicated
in the first season, even though we get a little bit of her.
Absolutely,
but yeah,
my homeboy, I love him.
Yeah, no, this I'm excited for this. This is gonna be cool.
Angels of Death, this awesome animated series.
Because I like the only thing, my only issue with Angels. Oh,
generating
super chat. Thank you, B-Man.
Shows. It's going to be a limited series.
Thank you for the super chat.
We'll see the different episodes.
Yeah, the first season of Angel of Death, I really enjoyed it. It's
really heavily into this
it's
one,
good.
Black and white style with sort of red
the animation is
like,
excellent.
The
I mean, if you're familiar with the buddy who made the animations, because he started off as a one-man studio, and now he's probably got more people. I mean, obviously from the quality of this stuff,
more into the mic. Well, you can't see.
Definitely
improved close into the picture and getting very excited.
I'm sure he's only going to get better. And he's already done like a few shorts. He did the Hell's Reach animation. If you watch that one, or no, not Hell's Reach. Was it Hell's Reach?
There'll be more coming down the pipe.
Yeah, I think it's the Hell's Reach. If you watch it on YouTube, he's got like the whole thing. He basically takes the audiobook and sets it to animation, and it's really good.
And give it a watch. It's an excellent story that sort of tells a really cool mission as Blood Angels.
Rodneyar, the flow of her hair shows the big step in what they had in the animation. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's definitely. Well, the thing is, I think also
Origin as well worth saying. So slightly longer episodes.
Oh yeah, fair.
Individually as well. So one of the things
Unreal
that,
Engine, the release of that, I'll bet you that's what he's using now
is
to animate this stuff.
Longer episodes, basically.
Because he basically motion captures all the performances,
something like 25 minutes,
and then animates
it. Fairly hefty.
It's really he's got a few videos out of his process, and it's really
the other thing
interesting.
is that we're hearing rumblings that season 2 is in the works as well.
That would be rad, wouldn't it?
Cool. So it's not just the
but Angel of Death.
Look forward to, and also,
man, I mean,
look ahead to what
it's a fantastic series. I think it's 10 parts.
So if you enjoy
anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes each, I think, or less than that. I don't think I can go past 20 minutes, but action and it's Space Marines. It's Blood Angels.
Have you seen Interrogate 1 and 2 yet?
I've seen 1.
Oh, so
2 I think is live today.
Perfect. Well, so I've been watching Interrogator quite a lot, sort of behind the scenes, and
I don't know what
man, talking about that series is like I'm really in love.
Andres, an abstract, please.
So, if you haven't,
abstract of what?
Yet, also get on and watch that because the second episode is up today, and it's mega.
I don't know if we have time for that.
Right, there we go. So we come to the end of our reveal for day one of Warhammer Fest.
Quarter of the way.
I'm calling
A quarter
one
of the way.
minute one
So
that they just drop on
what
us.
it would be worth doing is if you've joined late and didn't see what we changed.
Joined
I'll do
late,
a quick
didn't get out of bed in
of all
time.
the cool things. I'll keep my.
I don't
eye
know
out
if I'll be able
for
to
any questions
to do the
that may
live
pop
stream
up
of
in
the
chat.
Horse Heresy one, because that's going to be like 5 a.m. my time. So
is that 54 minutes?
I don't know
of
if I'll be
awesome
doing that
Warhammer?
one.
Then yes, you're darn right. Let's.
It is worth
If you
saying,
get up
if
for it,
for
I'll
Warhammer
get up
40,000 fans particularly, if you tuned in for Warhammer
Would
40,000,
it be worth coming back
it's
on?
almost certainly worth coming back on
I might live stream it
Friday
from my
when
bed.
we have some more stuff for
I'll be like this the
skirmish
whole
games,
time
including
talking.
Kill
Jam
Team,
party?
Yeah,
which obviously
Jam
has
party.
double duty in Warhammer 40,000. And if you like Space Marines, and odds are,
Actually,
if
doesn't
you're
sound like a
watching a
terrible
Warhammer
idea.
40,000 preview at Warhammer Fest, you probably do quite like Space Marines. Odds are good.
But anyway.
You should probably
The
come
fire
back on
drink, get
Saturday
up,
as well
Chris.
to watch some
That's
stuff
too
before
early,
Warhammer.
man.
Horus Heresy, yes. And to be fair,
Too early. 5
I'll
a.m.
just
just to
pop
start
along
talking
anyway,
Warhammer.
because,
Oh,
there've been a lot of people
I don't
calling
know.
for
I don't know if
more,
I've got the strength for that.
more kin-related.
I'm a big
as well. So,
pussy, man.
There's loads
so-
of things to be seen. Do come back. But before we leave, let us summarise what we've seen.
What have
say
we
you were
seen?
late to the party and missed the beginning.
Oh, man.
Raph, when I hit the
Okay,
slide.
recap.
So the first thing that we started with was this reveal
Possessed.
for loads of new kits.
Love these
for
guys.
Codex Chaos Space Marines, which is wending its way towards us.
Jim
Here we
Saylor,
have
Horse Heresy
Chaos
is a
Space
live
Marine
event, not
possessed,
streamed as far as I know.
enormous models,
That's what I
standing
thought,
shoulder
because
to
that's
shoulder
this
with
whole
things
Warhammer
like
Fest is. It's
Gravis,
online.
armored.
It's just
Chimera
gonna be
Space
5
Marines.
a.m.
They are massive.
Because
We
tomorrow
talked
we're
about
gonna do
this
Age of Sigmar
alongside
at this
some,
time.
Chaos Space Marine
These are
Terminators,
live.
and they're easily as
'Cause
big
they're clearly
on chunky,
responding
great
to
big
people in the
40mm
chat on the
bases.
key points, so they're
There
definitely
was
live.
also
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Chaos Cultists. So these
Cultists.
are the rabble of the Chaos Hordes. Some very thematic, fun miniatures that you can throw into
Yeah,
your
these are
enemy's
cool.
guns, so that your Chaos Space Marines don't have to take the bullets.
Oh,
No one
look at
likes
Buddy's
taking
helmet
armor
in the back
saves
there with
if
the
you don't have
skull
to.
horn.
So
why
let
take
these
an armor
guys.
save when you can just take a
Absolutely,
cultist?
absolutely. Let these guys take the bullets, so you don't have to take those saves.
Basically,
Rad.
bullet magnets. Nice.
The cultists take a turn for the weirder with the accursed
mutants.
cultist
These guys are
mutants,
fantastic. I
which
love
are
that Nurgle looking
cultists
one.
who've just been blessed a bit too much, and it's all starting to go.
Not that
a
I'm
bit
totally
mad.
biased for Nurgle
And if you
stuff,
thought it
but,
couldn't
you
get
know.
any worse, you were dead wrong.
These
with
guys
the
are just
accursed cultist
fantastic.
Torments, which are quite frankly the most horrifying mutations you've seen. Demonically possessed.
Yeah, these are
The guy on the right with the massive arm and huge screaming head is easily my favorite.
Heretic. I didn't see the
They're all
cultist. You
very
didn't see
fun
the
though.
cultist, dude?
I quite
Jeez
trifled to the
Louise.
far left myself. Then you've got the Dark Commune, which are a
These are
HQ
cool.
choice for Chaos Space Marines. They let you lean even further into that cultist
think I
idea.
like Buddy with
And
his
you've got a
head
mix
detached.
there of some kind of classic
Second from
archetypes
the
of
right.
I wanna see the
Demagogue,
full Chaos
Banner Bearer,
cultist army.
Psyker, and a couple of
Yeah.
Bodyguard as well. All very thematic.
Imagine a full army of these
HQ,
guys. Oof, you'd be paying
cultist
forever to get
choices.
these all done.
Absolutely. We then took a diversion
Hey,
and we
there-
looked at the
there are
kin
plenty
with
of
the reveal of the
permission makers
Herngin Pioneer for the Leagues of Votann.
The Leagues
a
of Wutan.
hover trike riding
I'm in.
shotgun
I'm
bolt
in.
gun
I'm in for
wielding
this League
pioneer
of Wutan.
who goes ahead of the League armies
Dr.
and
Fate has
paves the
something to tell
way
you about
for entire invasion
Dr.
forces.
Fate.
Mega. More to be revealed
One of his
on the
main
Leagues
enemies.
of Votann as we go along.
Then we have chapter approved. Lots
Chapter
of exciting
approved,
stuff coming
yep.
for match play in Warhammer 40,000, including
match
in this
play.
season.
40K coaches
Change the way
watching.
that command points work, secondary objectives for every army, and the announcement that points will be free to
Grim.
access for everybody to play Warhammer 40,000.
Grim, a new
even if
used
you
car
don't
might be cheaper than an army of new cultists. Yeah. Oh, yeah, guaranteed.
Then we talked about the
yeah.
upcoming World
Codex
Eaters Codex. We showed you some work in progress, as it were. And
Now, would it be unfortunate if they
confirmed
went
that- well, they're not in
Codex
the Codex
Corn
Chaos Space Marines book?
Cult?
Because why would they be? They're getting their own book.
And they spent it all with
sometime in
Ks?
the not too distant
that be a
future.
problem?
And the rules for them will be in White Dwarf.
They
until
wouldn't
that
be
point.
that dumb.
Then we saw the new Chaos
KKK?
Demon Prince and
That's
confirmed
not
that he
good.
will indeed have a wonderful Warhammer 40,000
Demon Prince.
incarnation,
This guy's
and be
fantastic.
available to pretty much everybody who
Unbelievable
likes
amount of
strikes
bits.
in the
I think
41st
he's
millennium.
the best piece.
An incredibly flexible kit
Yeah.
that lets you do all sorts of cool stuff. You can put him into your Traitor Legion.
I can't believe that's
or
the
your
same
Thousand
model.
Sons, or your Death Guard, or your World Eaters, or your Demon Army, or your Age of Sigmar games.
I wonder how easy it is to have
Model
them with
for all.
wings
Preempted a
on
question
the
in
40K
chat,
version.
is what you said. Perfect work. Whew. And no, Angels of Death Origins was our final thing. And
Angels
I am
of
for
Death.
one.
I
very
love the
excited
Angel of
for
Death
more
series,
stories
and,
of
yeah.
the
Everybody who's
characters
on
behind
Warhammer
Angels
Plus,
of Death, starting with.
I'm
Lydia
sure
Falcon,
you've already
Ship
trucked through
Mistress
Angels of
the
Death,
Sword
and
of
I'm
Bar.
sure
If
you
you've seen the
probably
show,
enjoyed
you
it
know how
just
cool
as
she
much.
is.
I think it's
It'll be worth a
fantastic.
watch.
And Buddy who does
Right.
it,
That brings us to where we are.
yeah.
Please remember, this is
did a
only day
fantastic
one
job with
of Warhammer Fest Online. Tomorrow will
It's
be Age of Sigmar.
It's worth the price of
Friday will be our box
opinion.
games. And then Saturday, we're going to end things with a bang with the Horus Heresy box
banging
game.
Stuff?
and we'll go mad.
Sounds good.
Right. Somebody in the chat said, please, just to confirm, there will one day be an Imperial Guard Codex. Of course there will.
Duh, of course.
Hold the course.
We're on it.
Stay
We're on it.
dumb.
Don't worry about it.
Who asked that
Warhammer
question?
Studio,
Who's the dummy?
It's
Get-
like
get
murder
it.
she wrote. They
Get it
hovering
right now.
keyboards,
Will there
pages
be an
flying off,
Imperial Guard
all
Codex?
in good time. Right. I think we're about done here. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to
Did he
Raph
say
for pressing the
fuck you?
buttons in the right order and making us look competent. Thank you to Notley and the Moderati for making sure the chat flowed smoothly, and for you guys for being so nice and making their life so very easy.
Nice.
We
All of
will
the
be
people in the
back
chat looking
at
for
5
release
p.m.
dates
at
on
UK
stuff. It's
time.
like, you know
Please
they
work
do.
that out in your local
Yeah,
time.
they're not gonna do it.
Tomorrow with Warhammer Age of
Fire
Sigmar
trick,
with
finger
more
bang,
great
bang.
When
reveals.
it gets a Sunday preview.
Until then, we'll see you soon. Have a
See
good
you
one.
soon.
Because then they're never lying about it.
Is that it? We're done? We're done.
I think it's officially done. They're not going to drop the stealth review.
No, I don't think so. No, because they got Age of Sigmar tomorrow for crap, so yeah.
Yeah, they might do it on Sigmar or something, but
Well, what are they going to do for Sigmar? Because that Daemon Prince was... he was both 40K and Age of Sigmar, so I imagine we're going to see him again?
are
Or...
we getting Nighthaunt stuff maybe?
Nighthaunt? Yeah? Because they've been talking about Nighthaunt on the Warhammer community, so yeah.
Is it the same time tomorrow?
Yeah, same time tomorrow. Same bat channel. Yeah, we'll do the same
I have
thing
a
again.
meeting, so I can't go to that one.
Oh. Well
Hey,
then.
it's a new job.
Oh, well then congratulations on the new job.
I've been educating them.
On 40K?
No.
Oh. On sex?
On how Git should work.
Hobby Hero. I was hoping they were going to tease Imperial Guard. No, I think the next time we get one of these Warhammer reveal live stream thingies. I mean, like, you know, this sounds like obvious shilling, but I mean, subscribing to the Warhammer newsletter and going to the Warhammer community site, I mean, like, you know, it gives you plenty of teases, because even they'll just chuck it into an article, you know, with the upcoming release of whatever's, and it's like, hey, wait, that's coming, you know what I mean? Like, and then you end up down this rabbit hole of, you know, of stuff. But yeah, if you want to stay up to date, if you don't give a shit, well then don't worry about it. Just, you know, the week beforehand, you know, we're talking about this, and it's, oh, okay, cool, you know. Yeah. Rodney, maybe a reveal what those books for Age of Sigmar for the summer will be. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, because they teased out that schedule, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But they told us what, like, the last book of the year is, I think.
Yeah, which is the Slaves of Darkness, which apparently has already been leaked all over the place, apparently. So, I don't know. Maybe G-Dub is going to be changing up their policy on, you know, playtesting and stuff like that, especially if it's... Because, I mean, anytime you have rules leaks, you know, I mean, obviously your first suspects are the playtesters, right? But then again, I mean, these leaks, we're all acting like this is some sort of breach in security.
And not a plan.
And not planned hype, because they're going to do a big reveal for it, right? And, you know, we saw it with Eldar, we saw it with previous releases, you know, so I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't believe that the NID and Eldar releases were unplanned. I just can't believe that.
Right.
The leaks.
Yeah.
They were too good.
No,
Either
because...
somebody is flagrantly ignoring their NDA, in which case they're an idiot.
Right, exactly. Right? And nobody wants to give up on free shit, because, you know, it's a sweet deal.
Somebody had their boss tell them, just walk away from your computer for a minute.
Yeah, you know, no. Joe, I was hoping for more demons, but Eddie did allude to a demon codex, so it's good enough for me. Yeah, exactly, right? See, even with these things, they still throw little teasers out here and there about, you know, things coming down the pipe and stuff. And so, yeah. Well, that was fun. I want to thank Jared for joining me. I have the channel in the Discord, so if you're a patron and you have Discord, feel like joining me on these kinds of things. We do these kind of randomly. Of course, Warhammer Fest is you know, the next 4 days. I mean, you know, if this gets a bunch of likes and thumbs up and stuff like that, then maybe I will do a live one at 5 a.m. my time, which is like 10 a.m. UK time. I don't know if I'm up for that. Usually because it's Friday night, and you know, Friday night I sometimes cut it loose and I'm up late, and you know, Unless, of course, I just go full 24-hour stream from one preview to the next preview. I'll be right proper loopy at that point.
24-hour hobby marathon. Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds like a horrible idea to me.
How much caffeine do we have to buy you?
Oh, I got to do Coke. I would have to do Coke. I couldn't take.
I know a guy.
Yeah, I know a guy. Anyway, man, you should see my town where I'm at. It's not a problem.
I mean, you're in Canada. I can't really,
Yeah, you can't FedEx me a thing of Coke.
I mean, I can. I just don't think it'll make it.
Yeah.
And I definitely can't sign my own name.
Fire Drake, I need a fat Chaos Codex with all the Chaos and Traitor Guard, all of it. Yeah, in one book, yeah, that thing would be like this thick. That would be this thick. Literally, that Codex would be this thick, and it would be just unwieldy. Could you imagine? Okay, I'm going to go to a game. I'm going to play Chaos. I'm bringing my Chaos army, and I'm bringing this entire phone book of rules and stuff for just a couple pages that I need. You know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't make sense for it to be that big.
Yeah, we can put Dark Mechanicum. We can throw in Chaos Knights, Traitor Guard.
Yeah.
And Demons and Marines all into one super tome, and we'll call it the Chaos Bible because no group would ever have an issue with that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, using the word Bible for that, yeah, nobody would have an issue with that.
And we can put the number 666 scribed across a cross.
You know, I'm down for that. Yeah, I'd get that book. I'd spend the $500 for that book. Because especially if it was in hardcover, especially if it was like a leather. It was leather bound and had the leather cover. Ooh, that would be a sexy book.
If you're listening,
gilded edges.
I need this to happen. And then I also need a subscription service that just allows me digital access to every codex you ever release throughout the year. And I'll pay for it on a yearly basis as long as you give me digital rules. Yeah,
exactly, right. Heretic's got donate an organ for that, yeah. Which organ? Your penis? Would you donate your penis for that to science? Fire Drake, just give me the QR code for the fluff and give me all my rules. Yeah, just give me the rules. Yeah, well, I mean, like, that's why you want to use, like, apps that, for your rules and stuff like that and then have these nice big fluffy books. But, man, still, having all that in one book, that'd be a giant ass book. It'd be a phone book. Heretic, maybe not my penis.
Yeah, and remember, those shirtless cultists do have armor of contempt.
Yeah, exactly. No, honestly, I mean, the Chaos stuff, I loved it. It's fantastic. All that stuff is welcome additions to Chaos and everything like that. It's almost enough to make me take up the banner of Nurgle again. But the one that I'm really, really excited for, like, just because it's something brand new, is the Leagues of Votann, because that's just fantastic stuff, man. Joe, time to start World Eaters up again. Karn is on my shopping list. Yeah, my brother-in-law. When I gave up Chaos, my Chaos army, I gave it all to my brother-in-law, and he was a big Karn fanatic. And yeah, his online handle is Karn. He's Karn online in all his online dealings. And yeah. Would this be enough to get him back in the hobby? Because he hasn't gamed in a long time. Would this be enough? It might. Especially if the new Khorne Berserker models are freaking, like, Primaris sized, and we have at least one that looks like the Mark Gibbons artwork. Ooh! Be awesome. Would be awesome. Fire Drake, Wu-Tang Clan back in effect. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's interesting, too, that we're settling, because I know there was some comments about whether or not the Leagues of Votann would, you would have male and female models. And so today I think we've confirmed that, we're going to have a female presence in the leagues. And I think that's really, really cool. I think it's really cool. And yeah, I'm in for it, man. I'm in for it.
And we did confirm that they are not space dwarves.
No?
They don't have beards.
Well, buddy, in the first image, the what is he? The soldier there? He's got kind of a goatee thing, doesn't he?
Yeah, but the bike rider doesn't have a beard.
And the icon for them is it looks like the overlords, the Keratin overlords, and it's got a big beard.
They all need beards, or they can't be dwarves. Because you can't be a dwarf in Trinity.
Right, but I mean, like, the thing is though, is like in Warhammer Fantasy, was there any female? I know in Blood Bowl there was a female dwarf, but in the Warhammer Fantasy line, the product line, was there any females? I don't recall any.
Generally not.
No.
In most dwarf lines, you don't get female models.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Rick Rogers, I'm thinking Iron Warriors with Traitor Guard cultist meat grinder units. Yeah, just fresh meat. I mean, if they make those cultist box at a reasonable price, yeah, those things will fly right off the shelf. If they make them too expensive, then yeah, they're not going to sell very well.
I'm hoping they'll be about the 30 to 35 US mark for 10 cultists.
Yeah, something very reasonable, especially with like, what is it, like 10 models in that box? Yeah. Because there's going to be a lot of Chaos players who are going to want a lot of cultists, right? Yeah. It'd be very, very cool. Alrighty. So, let's jump off and get back to the rest of the day. I've got videos to edit, so... I want to thank you all for tuning in and joining me on this this wonky adventure, and hopefully you guys are excited about stuff. I'm looking forward to more Leagues of Votann and the Chaos stuff. Yeah, that's almost enough to make me start Chaos again, man. Nurgle, Khorne. My least favorite is Slaanesh. I'm not really that excited for Slaanesh stuff. I mean, the Noise Marines are really, really cool, but you know, Tzeentch, again, I mean, I'm a diehard Nurgle fan, so anything Tzeentch, I look as, I see it as heresy, right? So, yeah, Heretics got explicit content to compile. Yeah, something like that. I got to update the OnlyFans page. For everybody out there who has a wicked foot fetish. We're talking wicked, though. Wicked.
Something wicked this way comes.
All right, I want to thank you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, share, all that stuff. Fire drink. See you at 5 a.m. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. I don't know if I'm going to do... I mean, if this video and the next 2 days, if you guys all tune in for that craziness and, you know, share and like and follow and all this, you know, interaction stuff, you know what? Leave a comment down below. Yeah, do the 5 a.m. stream. Ugh, my hair is going to be a mess. I'll be all greasy looking. Probably half hung over in the bag or whatever. Actually, no, I don't drink that much.
No, here's the catch. You just don't go to sleep.
Or just don't go to sleep, yeah.
Yeah, catch the 5 a.m. stream. And then...
show up with all sorts of white powder in my mustache. Just, all right, folks, we're ready for Horus Heresy. Just too intense for 5 a.m. Because goddamn, 5 a.m. That's pretty goddamn. I don't know why we're making it 5 a.m. I don't know why. Why G-dubs? Why is it got to be 5 a.m. in the goddamn a.m.? God.
Just power through, stay up, and then crash.
I'll end up crashing during the stream.
I would say I'd stay up, but since that's on what, Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a tournament that day.
Fire Drake. I think meth is a better option. Yeah, I'll be sitting here like, all right, what previews for Horus Heresy do we got today? You know, fuck, no, Jesus. 5 a.m. rise is pretty common for me, although I'm young and spry. Yeah, well, yeah. Youth is wasted on the young. But yeah, I mean, like, it's, well, for you, Heretic, I mean, 5 a.m. Geez, that's, what is that? That's midnight for me. 5 a.m. really midnight? You're getting up at midnight every day for me in my time? Ghost, it's during the Horus Heresy open day at Warhammer World. Yeah, I figured as much, but yeah, because
they've got like the physical box games.
Yeah, it's going to be a big thing. This is a big thing. This horse
It'd be
heresy.
so cool to be at.
It would be cool. It definitely would be cool. Yeah.
But it wouldn't be cool to not get let back into the country.
Why? Why wouldn't you get let back?
Reasons, leaving countries, coming back, those sorts of things.
Huh? You got a record or something?
They've been trying to get rid of me for years. No, I don't know what the procedures for getting back into the country are now.
Oh, it's easy. There is no procedure because like most of the restrictions, and everything, like for the last 2 years, yeah, all those restrictions and everything crossing the borders.
Gone now?
I think so. Yeah. Well, U.S. I mean, you're in the U.S. I don't even think you had fucking restrictions, did you?
Yeah, coming in.
Did you? Oh.
You could leave all you wanted. They didn't care.
Anyway, Heretic Scott, no, I don't get up at 5 a.m. just for you. Mostly work. Don't flatter yourself too much, man.
I got a bug out. I did leave you the pics of the custom stuff I was working on for later.
Oh, okay, cool. You posted on Discord?
Yeah.
All right.
That's where the cool kids post.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, join us on the Discord, folks. Anywho, yeah, I'm going to check out as well. So take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. And I will see you guys in the next review. We're going to do the same thing tomorrow. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard. Well, probably a few minutes before just to make sure everything's running properly and, you know, things aren't all messed up on my end and blah, 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 blah. But, yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you guys. Yeah, that's it. We're done. That's enough enthusiasm for one day, right? I think. Heretic Scott, yeah, join the Discord. It has a feet section. Shut up, man. Shut up. Don't tell everybody our secrets, man. Sophie, darn missed it. Sophie, how'd you miss it? Damn, girl. Damn, you missed it. All right, let's get the hell out of here.